Oh yeah, there's aboleths too.
I don't remember aboleth. Are those the like
They're...
lesser or greater beholder things?
Oh no.
Oh no,
They're like think of it like
you fought them before.
Think of a kraken, but smaller, but fucking mind domination powers.
Aboleths are actually
they are the smaller ones.
Aboleths are actually less CR or challenge ranking than beholders.
Yeah, they are the like watered down ones, basically.
Yeah, literally water, like as in like you fought them in aquatic settings like almost every time.
That's only because you don't find like truly terrifying aboleths all that often. For one, and they also got watered down in 5e, I believe, because straight up in lore, if they have a slime that covers them, that if it fucking touches you, essentially makes it so that you can breathe water, but you can no longer breathe air. And after 24 hours, that change becomes permanent. And I think can only be undone with like some like greater restoration or some other shit. I don't know. And in addition to that, they have like full on mind domination powers and shit. It's scary and broke as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they literally will like they'll like lure people in or otherwise like have conniving evil plans or whatnot, and they'll literally fucking touch them to then and like drag them underwater. And then that person basically is subject as a slave to them, willing or not.
And I will say again, you have fought them.
I just don't remember. I remember beholders more, but that's probably because beholders are kind of a bigger deal.
Yeah, I remember fighting the one.
Behold these nuts.
Behold these nuts.
Oh,
What were the things? Actually, I remember in the Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, we went back to Waterdeep and we had to fight like eldritch fucking monstrosities. What were those?
Which one specifically? Because there was a lot.
The big ones that we had to fight, like pretty much the whole time
we
were
went into
there.
the swamp for was an aboleth.
That was an aboleth, yes.
No, these were not aboleths. These were like something else that Kaon was cooking with in the Saltmarsh campaign.
Saltmarsh might have been
before this was before the false hydra. This was when we went
to
Waterdeep.
Monster. It might have just been a unique monster.
Oh, that was the Mind Flayers.
Unless you mean Mind Flayers, but I don't think it
was Mind Flayers. He's talking about the boss fight at the end of that.
Yeah, no.
It was the pale white monster things.
You're talking about False Hydra. That's False Hydra, man.
No. Before that,
at the end of the Waterdeep arc.
At Waterdeep, like we fought these things in the theater, we fought these things in the street, then we had to go in the sewers to escape because that guy was like, "Hey,
walkers
down here." Like the little.
I'm pretty sure those are doppelgangers.
No,
they were not doppelgangers. They were some sort of like nightmarish fucking eldritch.
I think those were just nightmarish monsters I fucking made up, man. I generally don't think those were in the monster manual.
Anyways, I'm gonna post the intro.
They were cool.
Okay.
I think what you mean to call them is
Okay, everyone get the intro ready?
Yep.
Everyone,
sound off if you get ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
No, don't listen to him. Is everyone having
an play?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. Alternate facts.
LeBron.
He won the duel. We got drama. Straight cut. No, his nose was fixed. Alright. Oh, that's not how you spelled Nikolai. I think? I don't know. Thank you, dude.
Thank you, dude.
Alright.
Ooh. I just based it off the notes because we never got his actual spelling. I was just like, oh shit, I'm just gonna go with what a because that feels like a good vibe.
Alright, you know what? Why don't you tell us what happened last time, Andrew?
Don't you
Ask
fucking dare.
Quick.
I don't.
Ask Quick, tell me what happened last time.
I don't fucking remember. Oh, we played games.
I've played these games before. Oh, that's all. Maybe no.
And yeah, that was the whole session. So I don't know what the fuck.
Alright, why
you
doesn't
want.
Tavian? Why doesn't Tavian describe it?
Why do you do this to me? All right, let me. We pretty much just showed up in town, went around, avoided certain people as much as physically possible, except for Bo, who sought out another fisherman, and Pine went off to interact with the children, doing things I'm not going to talk about.
Don't say it like that. It makes it sound like I'm on
sorry,
registry.
I'm sorry. I thought I was playing as Misinformation Central.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be on your enemies, not your allies.
Equal opportunity.
Following that, we went up to the stockade where we met with the rest of the people of Import. I had a conversation that means nothing to anyone else, and then somehow Falnor became the brains of the operation. Sorry, the brawn of the operation, winning a sword fight by cheating. Queek wins a battle. Queek wins a. That's true. Fair enough. Queek wins a battle of wits.
By asking
by dragging
question.
the opposition down to his level and winning the experience. And then I just blatantly lied to somebody about what was in a box.
All right. Yes. You guys all attended Magar Varn's his collection of games of sorts, a way for the nobility, or as close as it gets, of the Stolen Lands to commune, have a little competition. Bro, you, for the most part of the games, you were kind of a stupor. Somewhere during the festival, you found a brewery, local brewery, and they said it was like drink until you can't stand, and you took that as a challenge. And sadly, they could not, they did not have enough resources to satiate you. But by the time you made it to the event with the rest of your party members, you figured like maybe you shouldn't step in, not because you're like drunk or anything, but because there just seems like to be like a lot
I don't show up late to a party and expect free beer.
Right. You might like hit too hard and hurt someone, but you do take the opportunity to like this is your first time meeting Magar Varn, so as like everybody, all the people are leaving, Animeta is gone, the suit scale kobold chief he leaves, as Nikolai's already left. You are quickly like introducing yourselves and meeting Magar Varn. You don't, you do like, you did like hear who he was. He's apparently like the leader of this town, who's like, he's like the Illuminate's like friendly competition. You guys do trade with him, and he like showed up here similarly to the Illuminate, where you guys both have the same mission to basically colonize, right? But yeah, he seems like a friendly fellow. Uh, the paladin-looking fellow. My name's Magar. I didn't get your name during all this.
Oh, who are me?
Yes, yes, you, the one with the large sun on your shield. I imagine a Paladin of Sarenrae?
Oh yeah, man, you know about that redemption? Yeah, my name is Bro Boggins. What's up?
I would know about that redemption. He gives you a solid handshake, or attempts to.
Good to know that he's a follower of Sarenrae himself.
Now this man knows how to do some redemption.
If you
Now,
don't mind me asking, are you simply a adventurer on hire for the Illuminate? What's your relation to them?
I don't know. Every time they got these politicians coming in trying to make these cities and everything, they always be doing it wrong. So I figured I'd come up along and help them out. And you know, it's been working out so far.
Well, you do seem like the trustworthy sort. I'm sure they're in good hands.
Oh yeah. Praise be to that Sarah and Reed. Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Alma, you did get along with the two Aldori women when you first met them, but you didn't really get a chance to have a full conversation.
Yeah, that's great. Perception check on the scalp.
What's the scalp?
As the everyone's like saying goodbye, Alma, there's something's bothering you about the box. Maybe previously, it struck you as strange that your kingdom you didn't hear any news about submitting this game, or that it came from Leviton. But you approach the box and inspect the scalp. He's not guarding or anything, but it was left there. Looking at the hair, it does look exactly like Svetlana's hair. Even the same haircut. You glance down at the knot tied to the ring. You recognize the ring as well. This is either Svetlana's scalp or a very good imitation.
Oh, did you guys miss this? Falnor, come here.
Yeah?
I'm gonna need you to do some object reading.
Alright.
I will say as well, Alma, you have seen the symbol before, the one of the eye. That is the symbol of Genora, the same one you saw in Old Beldame's.
Yep. Yeah. Of course. Of fucking course.
Alright,
Object read the ring.
Hold on. Object read what rank?
The ring.
Okay. I will do that. I cast object reading on the ring.
Okay, cool. For the record, I did say this is probably Svetlana's scalp to Kahan, and I was like, Pine wouldn't care. And I just kept on thinking about what it could have been.
That's crazy.
Yo, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. What happens to Svetlana?
I think Can will tell you with the object reading.
Okay,
no. I didn't even know she went missing.
Follow, can I get a wisdom save?
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
She didn't go missing.
Oh, well, you're not a wisdom caster, actually.
She didn't go missing. It's just that the scalp from Tavian's minigame was very obviously hinted to be Svetlana's because of the lover's knot and the wedding ring tied to her hair.
Oh fuck.
And then, you know, the whole leathery, bloody skin thing, like, that's obviously scalped from someone we know. The only person we knew with blonde hair was Svetlana. Two very obvious ties to her. So we were supposed to be putting together the idea of that it was either a threat directed to Leviton and Svetlana, or they already did it.
Hold on. And refresh me, this was when? Hold on, who pulled out the fucking scalp?
This was last session.
Yeah, last session from which game?
From your game, the game of Luminate.
Oh, our fucking game pulled this out?
Yes.
I
You guys
missed
had
that
never
somehow.
officially submitted a game. You were just told it was sent from Leviton.
The mummy jar game. You remember
It
the
wasn't
game where
I
Mummy
remember
jar,
now.
it's
That
what-
was the one that Tavian did, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Fuck. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway,
Fowler, as
there's
you're-
that will save.
As you are processing the ramifications of scalp in this ring, and you go to object read on it. As you go to object read, it's most of the time it takes you a moment to find the most emotional event that occurred within the past week. It's very fast in this case, to the point where it's jarring. I'm gonna do everyone here a favor and not describe it, even though I think it's in the best interest for me not to describe it to anyone. But I will say, Falnor, as you witness a horrific scene, there are emotions of grief, there are emotions of pain. Though you could argue pain is an emotion, it's not just physical. As you can make out a familiar corpse. You haven't really known the man all that well, but during your businesses, you would recognize the fallen form of Oleg, the co-owner and like one of the founders of Leviton. But surrounded by a figure tied onto a chair, blood masking their vision, a lot of blood. You barely get a moment to like understand or even process the taste in your mouth, the feeling. It's all too vivid. And as you try to quickly shut the like object reading off, the emotion so quick. I see you've unleashed Psyche here. There's a moment where when you use object reading, you can almost like peer into this foggy, blurry like vision of emotions and events past week. You feel something tingling in the back of their neck. As you almost turn away from this vision, you see a large eye looking at you. Object reading ends, but you still feel this eye at the back of your head.
Fucking hell. It is very visible that Falnor, something resonates with him in his fucking like as his unleashed psyche just bursts through like a fucking wave of emotion. Before like as like Falnor's like heavy, fast breathing, like full on fucking fight or flight response. Before he like ends up eventually like calming down and fucking stupefied, all that shit. Oh my fuck.
We need to go. We need to go now. Tavian?
Falnor's changing mood.
What was that?
We need to go. We have
Would
Falnor comes over.
Yet?
With Tavian saying that, Falnor comes over, fucking smacks his hand to Tavian's forehead, and just full on fucking
trauma dumps.
Trauma dump. All right, Tavian, you're fully filled in. You get all of that.
Guys,
Bro,
I
he's
still
just
don't.
gonna think to himself,
What's
"Why
going
is
on? You're
so
just
sad?"
your heads are just kissing. What's going on?
It looks like you guys are in the middle of something, so I'll leave you to whatever revenge quest you're on.
Unfortunately, we'll have to cut our conversation short.
I think we'll meet again, but bid you do, Alma.
You as well.
Two of them. Leave you guys to it. Are you guys heading out?
Yeah, we need to find
Falnor
who
wants
did
a
this.
face. Falnor wants a name.
Yeah, we need to figure out who did this, where they are.
Wait,
and
does Falnor
immediately
describe what he
come
saw,
down on them.
or does he just mind link with Tavian?
You can describe it, maybe not in front of everyone else, like when we leave.
Falnor, give me a perception check. Give me a perception check real quick.
All right, yeah. Because like first off, like he's fucking like first things first. He's like regardless of if anyone here is responsible for this. He is fucking scanning everyone.
Falnor, you still feel someone's watching you. It's so ever present. Like you have a like you're like looking over your shoulder every like second or so because that feeling has not left you.
All right, so
that like suddenly like had your object reading get almost read itself. But as you think back that vision, there was someone else. Well, there was a lot of someone else's. You remember it was hard to see. There were silhouettes of people standing around. This wasn't like when Savala was like tied in that chair. There had been many figures around, and as you like dimly try to remember the scene, you did recognize the location. It was the main room, the one you know that the party members had once gone to. You had met them there. It was near where their trading post used to be. And on top of that, there was another figure there that you swear you recognize. When you had first arrived in the Illuminates city or the Providence, when they were first starting up, you remember when you had first met the party, there was someone else there, a handmaiden of sorts.
Delivered her baby.
Did she by chance give us a tail?
Fuck. That's so dumb. I can't believe it got me.
You do recognize the figure of a woman you believe. You do you remember?
The memory is foggy, but yeah.
It was the very first person who had delivered a child in the kingdom.
I remember she had brown hair, but I don't remember her name.
Fuck. He has a face, though.
They'd also delivered news of Svetlana's announcing her pregnancy.
Falnor shares what he shares that information via message with the Tavian and Alma.
I'm gonna
the rest of the party later.
I need to take my dog for a walk out real quick. I did want to ask Megarbond who specifically gave them the box. That might give some insight, as well as object reading on the box itself would be interesting.
Magar is politely like minding his own like business here, but when you ask him about that, he'll say, "Oh, believe we got their name." He like turns to the wizard and says, I wrote their name here. It's up like after like rifling to the paper. It was a Goody Niska. They had a position as midwife. I did have her in the record, so I was able to cross-confirm that she was indeed a member of Leviton. People had said she had a good reputation, and I figured that was enough of a authority to deliver something like this.
Or a future node. You couldn't have known, but for future node, she is no longer associated with us and is to be taken alive on sight.
I see. Well, when I saw the contest of the box, I had to confirm it wasn't a bomb of sorts. I simply thought that you kind of like shrugged for a moment. Simply thought it was a noble ways of shock value. I figured it was a way to perhaps disturb whoever's looking inside on purpose. I don't
He's not
know
wrong.
you lot too well.
I mean, he's not wrong there. My assumption was it was something that the goblins or the kobolds had done.
Understood.
Wait, so we want to detain the mid? Okay, you know what?
Know at the
I'll
very
catch up
least
later.
that that's not in my nature.
Tavian's gonna like lean over to Pine, like when he says that, and just that allows the public execution, nothing else.
Oh.
Remember that Tavian's lawful evil.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Falnor says to the wizard, yeah, I can't speak for... Or who am I addressing in this? The wizard, right?
Wizard, yeah.
Actually, I can't, while I can't speak for everyone in our party, it's such a gesture is not in my nature, and I would hope would not be in the nature of any of my companions. If anything like this should happen again, please check with us as well, personally.
I'll be sure to do that. Really do. They had assured us that the contents of the box were to be hidden from you, as it was the nature of the game, but perhaps we should have, I suppose, checked with you anyways.
Yeah.
Alright, is the party headed out?
Yep.
For the record, Pine is still not in the loop about what Falnor saw. He's just like kind of blissfully unaware. He's just like, oh, okay, we're detaining the handmaiden. Oh, we're publicly executing her. I'm confused, but you know what? I fuck with it.
Weak wants to be the one that chops right off.
Something important as a player that I want to know. Does Pine ever get a rundown of what you saw?
Falnor...
You shared it, Tavian.
Falnor is a bit at a loss for words for a moment. He was only really able to share it with Tavian because, like, because of the method in which he did so.
Would you repeat that method when you see Pine confused? Or...
He kind of did it out of rage, so... now that Falnor is more level-headed, he wouldn't want to subject you to that. He would much prefer that Tavian or Alma explain it to you. He would say as such when you ask.
Yeah, in short, something has attacked Svetlana and Oleg. Oleg is presumably dead, and Svetlana has been scalped. Probably killed as well.
Yikes. And additionally, to be clear as a player, you do not mention the eye.
There was an eye marked on the scalp, and when Falnor turned in his little item reading, he saw a large eye.
I still feel it.
Sorry
now,
for leading the question. Sorry for leading the question there as a player, but there is something that I wanted to remind John about. Okay, Falnor, listen to me when I say this. Do you remember when the negotiator told us about making a mental key?
Yeah.
I want you to remember that mental key, because this eye, it's giving me a really, really bad vibe. I can't help but feel like it's somehow related to what's giving whoever has access to our minds the ability to control us more purely. Whether they're the same, related, or unrelated with similar methods, that it feels like this is roping you into it too. So make sure you keep that mental key on you, alright?
Understood.
And if possible, like get that shit really long. Like you're kind of our last line of mental defense there.
Agreed. And understood.
Right. It's about a 4 days journey to Leviton. Party hops on horseback and books it. Case or no? Hold on.
Falnor would want to stop by the trading post if possible.
Else is interjecting.
I mean, the trading post is Leviton, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, you guys are just going along the road.
Yeah.
Okay. Arriving at Leviton, you see
If I may, along the way, I would actually like to do something.
Yes.
So at some point along our trip, I would like to take a moment. We still have it, correct?
Yes.
Yes, you go.
Yeah. At some point, like when we're resting or so, Falnor is going to do 3 things. He is going to insist on taking another look. And he is going to first cast Mind of Menace. Second, cast Calm on himself. And then is going to cast 2nd level object reading. Do you need me to explain it?
I see it. Okay. Okay, when you use Mind of Menace, as this paranoia has not been leaving you, you grit your teeth for a moment as you do feel the spell like activate, and you feel its like attempts to rebuff whatever is ailing you.
Yeah, it doesn't stop an effect, but it does punish them for doing so.
And then you try to calm yourself. The calm does like bring you peace. The sense that the over like bearing sense of like something watching you is still there. That does not leave you.
Yeah, to be clear,
what are you object reading?
To be clear, the Mind of Menace is set up for another read at the scalp, and the Calm is to prepare myself in order to keep my cool. So the Mind of Menace finishes. I now have the Fight with Fear thing for 24 hours, which I will use. As soon as I feel that.
To clarify, there's no condition on you. You don't have frightened or anything.
Yeah. But like he's doing it not for like a mechanical reason necessarily, but because like that living that memory, that object reading is an incredibly shocking, painful moment.
What are you object reading?
I am object reading the scalp once more. This time at third.
This does not.
rank.
This lasting feeling does not feel like it's coming from like trauma.
Okay.
It felt like that at first, but after like a day of travel, you're like, no, this is not leaving me. Or unless the trauma was that bad. You're object reading it to see within the last month.
Yeah. He wants more faces. He wants more names if he can at all.
Okay.
And he's using calm on himself so he doesn't fucking freak out again.
I understand. Moment then. So as you push back against the calm lets you like hold in any misgivings you'd have on plunging back into this horror movie of an object reading, but as you check again, and you push into it, it's no longer a slaughter fest. There's still like the taste of blood, and your five senses are like kind of flooded with a sense of iron from whatever gory scene you can't witness. It's almost pitch black. You can like make out the silhouette of someone laying on the floor, perhaps bound, but the figure is, the feeling they have does not fit the scene, as you can feel like a sense of hope, a strong sense of hope coming from. And as they strain against John, there's something coming from the background. Are you getting a call?
Yeah, I got a call. Hold on.
Hold on, 1 second.
Lawnmower gets an object reading. He's like, sorry, I gotta take this.
My dad wanted me to come down to help empty the car, but I also don't want to interrupt this.
Okay, then I'll be succinct. You feel this figure like tussled on the floor, probably tied up, gagged, as they're like "Ooh, ooh," like doing their best to like chew through their gag and like let out some sign of life, some like message to whoever they're like hopefully attempting to call for help. You can hear in the distance a collection of voices, all like speaking, some laughter. It feels so close, but it's muffled through whatever walls are encapsulating this person. And as the voices start to die down and the muffled laughter gets quieter, you see the hope turning to like a deep, deep dread. Loud voice like does call out and say, "I smell blood." There's a quick like sparse conversation. The hope sparks for a second, but then there's the noise of people feet hitting the ground and people leaving. The vision has a sharp spike of anxiety as the door opens and light streams in. A face that you recognize as the handmaiden with a large grin. The vision ends there.
Fucking hell. All right. Balnor is going to, first things first, even if it's just in his head, even if whoever's watching can't listen, he is going to like effectively call out to the eye and be like, I will find you and you will pay for what you've done. If you think this was a threat, if you think this is going to make us fear, you have sorely miscalculated. And then is going to update the party on this new experience.
Make a perception check, Felnor.
Yeah.
The voice, you recognize like the louder voice saying that they smell blood, but you can't quite place it. Sounded like one of your fellow adventurers.
It wasn't during the party, was it?
Party?
It's from Varnhold.
Didn't seem like it. The settings still seem to be in Leviton.
Well, then I'll mention someone. I think one of you. I think someone in the party was nearby from this memory. They mentioned smelling blood. And there seemed to be some sort of festivities, or at the very least, laughter. Hello?
This conversation is happening before
none of us were in Leviton recently. Okay, when you say fellow adventurers, do you mean our group or the other group?
I mean fellow adventurers. I don't mean your party.
Right. So this could be the other group.
Okay.
Maybe you do remember the other group leaving to help with the goblin.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, we'll question them next. See.
As you.
We have a timeline.
Do you guys arrive at the trading post now?
Yeah. I'm gonna go help with. I'm gonna go help with the groceries real quick. I'll be back.
As you guys arrive at the most, almost the start of your journeys, it is no smoke in the air or any sort of like large sign of alarm, like when you arrived at the owl bear act town of Luce. It's just a very quiet location. Oh.
Hey man, I remember this place. They got that good food.
The gates standing in front of you, closed.
Well, that's a little odd.
Are the gates locked? Does it seem like?
You push against them, they do budge. They aren't locked.
Well, should we just mosey on in?
Yeah, do we have anything about just going through the front door? Oh, okay. I guess we're going through the front door.
You're muted if you're here, Carter.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I just didn't.
I'm back. That concerns me the most, the fact that it's unlocked.
As you walk in, you do notice something peculiar. On your left and right of the doorway, you see an elaborate. Can I get a nature check, Pine?
Blind or?
Blind, sure. I guess I should ask for survival, but it's basically the same modifier. Pine, you note on the left and right hand of the door, there is a large log trap poised to like slam down on whoever was to open this door. But as you like note that, I mean, you noticed it, you see that whatever rope mechanism would have like enabled it to open and slam into it appears to be thoroughly disarmed. The log trap is like no longer taut against any rope and is kind of limply hanging. Only way it would be a danger to someone is if it just fell over on them, but there was once a trap on this door.
I'll let the party know. Hey, there's a trap on this door. That means they're ready for a siege. And someone from within betrayed them, but I feel like we already know that.
Fucking hell.
This just kind of confirms it.
I really wish I had better sensory abilities because right now Falnor's trying to. He's on high alert.
Is there anything weird with?
Man, what should I look for?
Queek, you coming?
Yeah.
If there's ever going to be a fight, it would be here.
Falnor's going to do a recall knowledge, if at all possible, as to what room she was in.
Also, let me organize my spells.
Can I do
it was one of the main
knowledge?
rooms over here.
Okay.
You looking around, you can generally tell where it came from.
Okay. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna send like mental message to Queek and be like, this door, please.
Yeah. Fine. You didn't make that perception check.
Oh, you want me? Perception. They got muffled out by everyone else. Sorry about that.
We do
blind. Oh, that's not blind.
Okay. Fine. You don't hear anything coming from it. Queek, you just charge in, looking around like ready to chop down anybody around, but the first thing you notice is that the floorboards are a distinct like dried blood brown in a splotch pattern that paint wouldn't really do. Glancing around, you see that most of the blood trails or dried blood trails seem to lead to the room, but they are like on the walls and the floors. It's not wet. It's like dried and soaked into the blood. As you open the door and peer in, you see two things. First thing you see is a collection of stakes and ropes.
Stakes?
Make a survival check.
Falnor's right behind Queek. Can I make
I'm
one
gonna
too?
stay with Pine, just in case.
Oh, okay.
God
Queek.
damn.
Queek, you notice multiple things. First thing you notice is as you glance down, the floorboards right in front of this door are not only are they new, they were recently installed. Glancing to the right, you see the stakes and the rope. You wager that previously someone had hollowed out the floorboards right in front of this door, make it so if someone stepped into it, they would fall down into like a spike pit trap, and then it's been disarmed, and somebody has reinstalled new floorboard.
Oh.
To the left, you see a large spattering of blood, and a like tape outline of some figure, or like the corpse of a figure, like kind of like a police scene. Someone has been here before you and has clearly been not only investigating, but has noted traps laid for you.
Messed up. So the trap is disarmed, though, right? Like I'm
It's
good to
disarmed.
step on it.
Yes, not only disarmed, they felt the need to put new floorboards.
Well, that was kind of.
Looking around the room, Queek, you don't see anything. As you glance in the other room, you see a storeroom of sorts. It seems stocked.
This door.
Nothing seems to be stolen from it. This door is locked. Sorry, this door is locked.
Yeah.
Oh, I opened it for a split second.
Yeah, because I unlocked it for a split second.
Hey,
Check it.
I'm moving my character here just so I can see what Andrew's saying, but in all intents and purposes, I'm with Pine right now.
Weak.
Is that okay?
Can you break it down?
Yeah, can I break it down? What do I roll to break this down?
Just attack.
Attack.
Isn't there an action to like break through or something?
Oh, the.
Yeah, but his axe just cuts through the wood. Like it's not meant to be. The wood shatters and breaks. Inside you see a storeroom of sorts. Make a perception check, or stockroom. You do see like what's in the stockroom, and it still appears to be stocked. This is the inventory. It's right there next to you. It looks like some of the goods Oleg would sell, but there isn't anything like fancy in there, like magical items or anything.
Oh, healing potions. Wow.
I mean, I guess you might be needing them.
I mean, at this point, I don't think Oleg does.
Are you really cracking jokes?
The player is.
Torches, antidotes, anti-plague.
The character, cool. The character doesn't have the gallows humor feat, so no, he's not.
Damn, I'm taking some of these too. These sound awesome.
In the office, you see that there is a desk of sorts, probably where Oleg or Svetlana would like be writing down information, notes on the stock. There is blood, or at least dried blood, in this room. Very, very much so on the table. Looking at the scene, you see that all the drawers have been emptied and that all the papers and documents have been laid out across the table as if someone was like parsing through the information.
Balnor is going to cast object reading on one of the papers.
Looking back, how far? A week?
A week.
Okay. Okay. When you go back to see these papers, you get an image of like muffled papers being shuffled, and like a frantic like some sort of like nervous murmuring from a woman as you hear papers being shuffled. And from the perspective of like the papers in the desk, it's all still. As the drawer is like opened up and like light fills the cramped confines of the desk drawer, you can see the flustered face of Lindsay as she pulls the papers out. The scene in the room is not the one you are seeing now. The blood is still wet. There's some sort of tarp on the desk. And actually, now that I think about it, the tarp would still be there. So let me retcon that. And she lays out the papers as she like speed reads through them, as she's also appears to be making notes in her document. As she is, you can see like the figure of Valerie shaking her head from the doorway, saying, "I didn't see anything in the barn. Lindsay, I really don't need to be this agitated." Who Lindsay is very much ignoring. Valerie, you can feel like stress, anxiety, and like genuine fear in her heart as she's like flittering through the pages. Valerie like goes to put like a hand on her shoulder, and the vision ends as Lindsay kind of like swats it away. You don't make out what she shouts as the vision ends.
Okay, that was Lindsay, and who else?
You saw Valerie.
Valerie. Lindsay and Valerie were here. They're the ones who seem to have looked through this place. We'll need to find them later.
Have we ever seen Lindsay and Valerie during our 1 month while we're doing Kingdom activities?
Yes, absolutely you have. This was in last week.
Oh, it was last week, okay.
Looking inside here, Tweak, in the storage pen, you see it's more or less empty. You do know they would keep this stocked every once in a while, but looking through, you see that like, a percentage check. And also, bro. Okay. Queek, you, as someone who's like dealt with like containing lots of resources, you notice several empty water barrels. You know they had water in them because it's from the general shape. It appears that like most of the firewood is gone from here. There's still rope and fried like venison cheese, but it's mostly like perishables that are still.
Cheese.
Yeah, there's some cheese.
I want some cheese.
Bro,
Rat
you look
engaged.
back.
Rat.
You look farther in the back. You see composting pits. Do you check them?
These smell a little stinky. I bet you I might be able to find something good up in here. I'll investigate them, yeah. What?
Perception check. The composting the pits, the composting pits, you're not a farmer. You somewhat understand the point of them. They seem like new, or that's what you would assume. You hadn't really checked them out before, but the fact that they're like all like completely empty seems incorrect. Like you're pretty sure there should be manure or something in there.
That's a little odd. I'm gonna stick my hand in there and try and find something.
It's pretty deep. It's like 3 foot deep. It's like a pit. Like there's like a scaffolding on there to avoid someone falling in, hurting themselves.
I'll dig around with my shield.
Okay, you're gonna like lift like not part
I'm
off.
gonna start shoveling shit. Yeah.
There's no shit, but I guess you'll shovel the dirt at the bottom.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, is everybody done with shooting?
I think we were checking the stables, me and Pine.
Yes, so the stables, no horses in the stables at all. Empty. Alma, make a survival check.
Oh, survival, okay.
And then you can get percent.
So, Leviton's in the middle of... Leviton's a full town.
Yes. This would be their town hall.
Yeah, nobody's noticed anything weird? Nobody commented on it?
This happened in the past week, number one. Number two, presumably they found out within a few days or less, considering this has already been disarmed and sorted through.
There's clearly somebody noticed before you guys noticed, because another adventuring party. But Alma, around the area, or not a single horse is in the pens, of course. You don't find anyone hiding around the corners or anything like sticking out. What you do find is where you would be like expecting hoof prints, seeing a lot of like shoe print. Many of them around corners here. And as you look like further, can you make an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a religion check as well, actually.
Oh, I'm not good at that one.
I am.
Yeah, okay. So you can make out like a half completed ritual circle. And as you like you see it's quite a large one. It's very subtle, and if you weren't looking at the footprints, you wouldn't have noticed it. Someone had scrawled in presumed blood a ritual circle, and it's not like a small one, like on like a square or anything. It would like start. The full circle's not even here. This is just part of the circle. You can see like circle like a line coming from here, being here. Broad actually. Not sure if I drew.
We need to stop.
So it's like a
leaving.
semicircle.
A semicircle. What you do know is that the circle is purposely incomplete.
Which face
around,
is this directing towards, Liche? Is this directing towards another town?
It's not huge. Like it's if you had to like measure it, it would probably encompass like the outside area of this like town hall like area. You see like right here, there's a break in the line. Well, not quite a break. You can see someone purposely had not completed the circle. It almost looked as if there was a group of people ready to finish the magical circle at a moment's notice, and had been waiting here in the state.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that.
You're just gonna like kick the dirt at it to make sure no one could like finish it.
Yeah, and you said it's made of blood, right?
You would have to wager it's blood. Yeah, you just completely like scuff up the ritual circle to make sure it's broken. As you like walk outside, you see that like under this cart had been running outside, like through the wall, and it would have kept going through the houses. That's right. It's very subtle. It wasn't like bright blood. Like it's dried at this point, but someone had made it so you'd have to be like looking at the ground, inspecting it to even notice it.
Actually, before that, the the religion thing did kind of pique my interest. Maybe I ask Bro if he knows what the sigil is before I destroy it, just for intel.
Hey, yo, man, that thing look a little familiar.
Bro, you as Almo like calls you over. Give me a religion check.
Also, I'm gonna just cast Mind of Menace just in preparation in case shit goes down, and you can assume Falno is going to cast it each day at this point. As long as this remains unresolved.
Bro, you do know whatever sort of this isn't a spell. You know this is some sort of ritual circle, a religious one. You aren't privy to its effects or what its purpose is, but you've seen similar circles used by Sarenrae priests, in which undead would be like, they would make the circle, and then all undead in the circle would suffer from penalties, while the worshippers of Sarenrae would be emboldened. This is not that magic. Clearly, like it's made out of blood, first of all, and you don't recognize like you're not exactly like you don't make ritual circle, but you do get the idea like that's probably its intended purpose, not for Sarenrae, and probably not to like stop undead though.
Hey, man, I think this circle has something to do with one of them zombies or. He's gonna, he's gonna put his pinky into his mouth and like lick it and lick some of the blood up. Say, oh, maybe it's some of that voodoo magic. I don't think it's nothing good though. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, I was gonna destroy it regardless. But thanks for the input. Okay, I destroyed it.
Okay. No chance someone's gonna finish it.
No chance.
It is scuffed beyond belief. It took a long time as well. This is not the sort of thing that like someone like cobbles together quickly.
It's not like an alchemist circle from the hit series Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
There it is. Founder.
Yeah.
You ward yourself again. Ever watching presence it's still there.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fuck. Falnor is just like doesn't really know what to process at this point. He is going to start looking around some more though for any other objects of importance.
You do see where I described the creek earlier, as well as the cordoned off like area, or the would you imagine like for like a crime scene corpse. Judging from its shape, though, you're looking around and you're kind of recognizing your surroundings, Falnor. You'd wager that, like looking at like the position of it, that had been where Oleg had been like.
Yeah. Oh, wait. That where had been that Oleg?
There's someone has taped off an area.
Okay.
As if like someone had died there, like a crime scene.
And that was
right?
Oleg. Okay.
You recognize the shape.
Okay. But she's missing. Svetlana is missing though.
It appears to be the case. You guys want to look around Leviton? Like ask some people?
Yeah, Falnor will trust that Valerie and Lindsay already dug through this whole place, and as a result will think to spend his time elsewhere. In the meantime.
Okay. Are you guys heading back to Luchalan?
No. Falnor will go into town and question what the fuck happened and all that shit first.
Yeah,
Do you have any
David's
extra
going there
checks
as
for
well.
I have the usual shit of... was it Hobnobber? Was it Gladhand? I don't think I need to track anyone down, but I'll ask around regardless for both Lindsay, Valerie, any lasts anyone saw of Svetlana, if they did at all, as well as the handmaiden.
So give me a UN. Can I get a diplomacy check from you and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blind.
I have a plus 15 on that shit now.
Okay. Tavian and Falmouth, as you guys go and approach like various houses around in the town, it becomes increasingly alarming at how empty town is. You guys are like walking down like common roads, going to like houses. No one is. Knock on some doors. You go to nearby taverns. There's not like a key, like there's not like a person around or anything. I'll say from like the perspective of Tavian and Falnor, from Tavian's perspective, the first person he finds is some guy behind the, like, you see a guy like checking bottles at the back of a tavern, and as like you like walk in, they like get alarmed, like, I'm not stealing anything. And from Falnor, your perspective, the first person you see is a kid, just like walking around pretty aimlessly, like kicking around like a rock. As you guys go to like speak to them, and you see the guy who insists he's not a looter, explaining that he had been he had been a hunter, like who had got lost at some point, and he made it back to Leviton. His like family was gone. He had looked around and not seen it, and he was checking behind the counter for people. But from his perspective, he had just got back to Leviton and hadn't seen anyone around. Falnor, vice versa, this kid, he seems pretty lost. Like when I say kid, I mean like an 8-year-old. He described that he had been speaking to a nice hunter man, who told to stay at like a certain location. And from the descriptions you got, you understand that Lindsay, Valerie, Ikondayo, and Amiri have been.
Hold on. Lindsay who?
Lindsay, Valerie, Ikondayo, and Amiri have been.
Okay.
But yeah, Tavian, from what you get from him, he's been here for 2 days or so. News of what's happened has already started to spread. They're calling it the Leviton leaving. People aren't certain what happened, but like lots of people have just been gone. Vice versa, Falnor, you know that many of the as you like go through the town square, you see like many children are still around. You're seeing like kids ranging from 12 to like a 4-year-old, just alone in their homes. You looking around to see if there's anyone responsible. You do eventually find that there are some adults who are like making sure the kids are provided for, who give you similar information to Tavian, Leviton leaving. From everyone's perspective, they're confused. There's no like horror stories or like, oh, this all happened. It was just like
They just
I was
left.
gone and then I came back and they're gone. Like every adult that's still here has given you similar stories of I was on a fishing trip for a while, came back home, and everyone was gone.
Fucking hell.
Then what's the kids' stories? Like, were they just not bothered, or were they also gone?
From the kids' stories, let me get another diplomacy check.
Got that from Pine or from Donald? Okay.
Octavian and
Okay.
Alnor.
Yep.
Tavian, from like it's kind of hard to parse anything from the kids. I'm like, you're getting mixed signals. Some people like lie to you. None of it.
Well, they lie to me. Hang on, you said they lie to me?
Yeah.
Cool. You can. They can
roll
try.
deception against that.
Yeah. No, they have to roll it against my deception DC.
What I'm saying is, they're lying. You can tell when the kids are like bullshit. They're not even.
I love when people lie to me. It doesn't work.
A crit success would be a fail. But what you're understanding from the kids who give you the truth is like, from their perspective, their parents or the adults told them to stay inside. They didn't like literally disappear from their eyes or anything, but all their respective parental figures basically told them stay inside, like we're doing something, and they all left then and did not come back. You did find a truant of sorts, who he didn't really want to like talk to you, but you figured like this kid definitely has no fucking parents. And as you go to like talk to him, he agrees to like tell you what he told a ranger who was questioning him for 5 silver. Do you argue with him, or do you give him the?
I don't care. I'm not caring enough to argue. He's getting. I'll pay him.
Okay. You pay him the 5 silver. He tells you that he saw a large group of adults all like crowded around. The way he described it was like there was an army of people outside of the trading hall. He thought that like they were mobilizing or for some sort of lynching. And the way he described it, it was eerily quiet.
Hmm. Really quiet. Hmm. Okay. Just nobody saying anything. Just leaving.
It almost he didn't. You asked if they left, but he basically lied and said yeah they all left, but you basically discerned that he was too scared to like stick around.
Right.
And
Okay.
ran off.
Did we check everything here? Did we check this building? Where Pine is?
You did not check the building.
Hello?
I don't remember checking that building.
Yeah.
Alma, give me a. Okay, Alma, looking around this room, there's no blood stain at, but as you kind of like inspect I've said these were bunk beds before, and I'll stick to that. As you kind of like inspect the like room, the sheets, you kind of like comb through the sheets, and you do see like hairs and sort. You don't know if Lana was still rent out this room to like guests or so after she basically became mayor. But you do see a wide range of like hairs on the like beds. Make a survival check.
If anyone wants to join me. So,
I'll join you.
I'll join you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You you guys kind of comb through the area, and it's clear that these beds have been slept on not recently, but that they're not like there's just like a, for instance, like wear and tear. There's not like dust. There's no dust anywhere compared to the storeroom, for example. And as you look around, Alma, Pine, and Falnor, you guys find anything except one of the chests at the edge of the bed. In the corner of one, you do spot just like nedged in like a corner of one a cat's eye, or I don't, not literally like the gemstone. You wouldn't have even noticed it if you didn't like dig your hand around in there.
Yeah. I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast object reading on it.
Okay.
For 1 week.
All right. All right. Well, as you look back at the scene, you see a spindly man, like hunched over this box. Hunched over this box. He's got like a bandana of sorts over his mouth, like a train robber. And he's got like a slick back hair. And right under his cheek, you see 3 black teardrops. And the man seems to be like around in this coffer, like rambling around, pulling out a bunch of stuff. As he is, you can see a figure behind him is like, "Hey, good to go? Come on." Oh God, Jesus! Oh, I really want to get out of here. I really hate. I behind him said, "Yeah, I hear you. Okay. I've heard from high up that we did good. So as soon as this bitch signs off on our boss's orders and tells them we done a good job, we're out of here. All right?" You see him like looking around the box. He's already picked out everything, but you see he's like missed the. And he's like, "Shit! Stupid that sign she told me to keep with me." "Oh, that? Dude, she's crazy. Don't worry. Go." "Sure?" The way she said it, I thought she'd kill me if I. The guy, as he's speaking, just spiking anxiety and like not being able to find it. As he says, "Okay, listen, she's a fucking handmaiden, okay? Like, all she's good for is attacks. We know what they're god and what she's behind. Just act natural, okay? I know they don't fucking like men in that, so don't mention it." She asks, "It was stolen or something, okay?" All right. He like gets walk out. You can see like it's still night. Like the light coming from a campfire kind of flickering. As the man kind of like looks back, and like slams the box shut. Muffled footsteps getting here, not down though.
Valnor will communicate this to the party. And like, yeah, and we'll show the you said it was a stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll show the stone to the party.
But you guys do see the box with it in it, right?
Oh, we're not inside the building, so
I see.
Or I'm not.
Oh,
there we are.
You see it. Okay. Well, you know that.
I'll pick it up then. Although actually, I will go to Bro and be like, "Do you recognize this at all? I'm starting to get the sense there's some religious shit going on."
Religion check, bro.
You're telling me the cult is related to religion?
Can I also make a religion check as to, was it in the memory they said the bandit was terrified of the handmaiden. She seems to be worshipping of some evil god, I guess, and I think this relates to that god, maybe.
You there, bro?
Can I also make a religion check?
Michael, yes, you can. You figure from what you learn from Alma, and you can kind of see the similarities between the if the symbol of this cult is like an eye, and a cat's eye would make sense as being like a relevant gemstone to the cult. Other than that, you don't recognize the symbol on the bandits to be something religious. You've never seen anything like it.
Understood. The bandit did also have 3 teardrops under his eye, black tattoos, sort of deal.
Does any of the party members recognize this?
Remind me, sorry.
No.
It's unfamiliar to me.
Can you remind me? What was it again?
The bandit from his image has 3 black tears under his eyes, or an eye.
3 black tears under his eye. I personally don't recall. Let me check my notes.
Or you could make a recall knowledge check.
Oh yeah, that's it. Let me...
You said there were bandits?
3 teardrops under an eye. Bandits? Yeah. Pine, do you remember?
Were these the folks from Lady Jamonti's place?
Yes. You've interacted with the Black Tears before. They had been the bandits hired to interrupt your guys' whole just the hiring of the ventures. They clearly had a part in this as well. But yeah, the Black Tears were that criminal organization that was hired by some figure. You don't know who hired them, but you knew they were hired to attack and burn. Okay. With that, does the party want to do any more investigating?
Hold on.
I wanted to like investigate like the rest of the property still. Yeah.
More than welcome. Make a perception check and tell me. What's that for? Say properties.
Yeah, I guess let's say the outskirts of the property. Like anything.
Give me a
where-
survival check.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Alma, you look at the outskirts, or accurately, circumference of it, and the roads they're paved. The dirt is like trodden, but not to the degree. From what you're hearing from Taven and Falnor, it was like a large group of people doesn't have like. It doesn't look like a walk through here. It barely looks walked at all. Not many characters crossed through here in a while. You do notice, however, in the outskirts towards the west, very haphazardly, there appears to be like brush pushed aside, and you would almost like think a large animal just decided to like lumber through the woods, and just like crush all foliage on the way. Knowing better, it almost looks like a small army marched into the forest and just headed west.
Really don't want to head west, but tracks are tracks, I guess.
Journey to the west. Yeah,
Yeah, we found some tracks. Pine, you're good at survival. Pine?
There? Emma?
I just started going to the restroom the second you said that.
That's fine.
Amazing.
I got up to go use the restroom, and then I was like, fuck, gotta go back.
But Uncle Pine just really had to go to the bathroom during investigation.
It's canon. It's canon.
Yeah. Yeah, Alma looks over. Pine, you're good at this. What are your thoughts? Pine is just standing there peeing. Like, not doing anything else. Just letting it go.
He's investigating.
Yeah, I'm doing some very important investigation work in this corner. Don't mind me. Anyways, I guess we'll follow the tracks, right? I'll lead the way.
Very important investigation over here. Was that blood already there, or did I?
Okay. As you guys start going through the woods, are you walking or are you on horseback?
Horseback? Why not?
Okay.
No one's gonna contest? Do you think we should all go on horseback?
Horses.
Yeah, horseback, I think. I don't want to walk.
Yeah. That's fine by me.
I have binoculars, by the way, so I'll know if I'm seeing someone.
All right. In that case, you guys make your way through the forest. after about 30 minutes of travel, you hear a voice. Stop. As you all like, you pause for a moment. You see a large lupine figure come out from the direction that you're. As you see, Desmonda. And a moment later, Ikundayo come out from the opposite direction.
Okay, Han.
Yes.
I don't know why, but occasionally, but like every now and then, like every 5 seconds or so, your mic is like fading you out really fast, and then like fading you back.
I'll bring it over here. It's probably because the gate's so high. I'll lower it.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. So you see Ikundayo and Desmonda coming out from the opposite end of the forest. As Ikundayo puts his hands up and says, "I see you are coming from the direction of Leviton. I've just been. I just got back from this trail."
What'd you find?
He gestures. I followed it for as long as it went. There were corpses along the way. I found it odd that all the corpses were of men. They didn't appear to die from any sort of injury, but more so exhaustion. I'm under the impression that there was a forced march all the way through the forest. After they left the forest, the tracks went cold.
That tracks.
As you look at him, you see that he's kind of got like bags under his eyes, and as he kind of like looks at you all, he says, "Has Lindsay and Valerie already informed you of the situation?"
We haven't seen them.
I noticed the response was quite quick. If you don't trust my tracking, you're more than welcome to investigate as well.
I may. No, it's fine. We may see if there's anything we can find, but I trust you at least. As Falnor says that though, Falnor is paranoid to the point that he's going to roll perception for if this is a fucking spy.
Go for it.
Yeah. And I'm using lie to me. So if he is lying, he's got to do it against my bullshit DC,
which is
26.
All right, here he goes lying. Okay, Falnor, you do find it odd that he's not with the rest of the party. But as like Desmonda kind of like licks at your fingers and you kind of like glance at him, you see the man is very tired. The guy has clearly like by himself been like going through here. You're pretty certain this is Ikundayo. There's nothing about him that would imply that it isn't Ikundayo. Just the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, and
yeah,
his general. If he was a spy, he'd be like trying to be more friendly. I guess unless they knew how Ikundayo was, he's not really trying to, like he seems like he said what he has to say and is kind of done.
Can I check out his scalp?
His scalp?
Yeah.
Like literally look at the top of his head?
Yeah.
Perception check.
Oh, look at the top of his head.
Hey, yo, you still got that scalp up there?
Roll.
Beside a very slightly furrowed brow, his scalp is intact. You don't see any sign that he's like physically different. His hairline's fucked up, but like Ikunai hasn't really paid much attention to his appearances. But I mean, he does. But maybe I was rude. Maybe he does. He does pay attention to his appearances, but like right now, maybe not. Other than that, no. Very scalpy looking scalp. Not strange in the slightest.
Yeah, but the body's tracked though. I managed to. You guys missed something back at the building. Back at Oleg's place. I managed to piece together more or less who's behind it. The handmaiden, Goodiniska.
We've similarly figured out the mastermind. Lindsay found it suspicious a while back that Svetlana's pregnancy had occurred so early after the announcement. It had only been after Artie had arrived back that she had a sense of misgiving, I suppose. There's also been a lack of news from Leviton, so the party had gathered to investigate. There's been a jarring lack of evidence. There were several traps laid. I was able to disarm them.
I thank you for that.
The party did their best at investigations.
Yeah.
He shrugs. They were not meant for me.
What was it? I did also find this, and he will pull out the stone. This is what allowed me to find the evidence of this. It seems she used the Black Tears to carry out the job. They were paid by her or something. They weren't in
I'm
on
not
it particularly,
familiar with the Black Tears. I would assume this is some sort of organization.
Yeah, bandits, more or less. I believe Falnor will turn to the party and be like, I believe you guys had an encounter with them a while back you were talking about?
Yeah, they were the ones that attacked the party over the feast back in Rostov.
Are you implying that this whole attack had not been a religious cult's fervor and instead a organized attack on the Illuminates?
The two aren't necessarily mutually exclusive.
This was an organized threat, not a...
Yes, but I mean more along the line of, yes, this is organized, but it could be based religious fervor.
It's
or
also
been motivated.
It's also a little early to assume the two incidents are that the same people are responsible for both incidents, besides the fact that they were both carried out by the Black Tears. They may have been hired by different people for different jobs, but it is a connection worth considering.
No matter if it was an organized attack or a sudden cultish fervor, it's still the responsibility of us to... It had been a responsibility. You see him glance back at the trail.
Speaking of, where are Valerie and Lindsay? Did they stay behind? Because we didn't see them in town.
He thought for a moment. I insisted on following the trail. I perhaps thought I could get more information, but whoever was behind this was at least smart enough to cover the trail at some point. I don't know how they managed that with an army, but magics are something I'm not too well studied in.
You find
Lindsay
any
and
objects
Amiri,
along the way?
Besides the corpses of men, no. You're welcome to scour the forest. I've done much the same.
I will. I'll see if I can glean anything from the bodies as well.
I've done my best to not let this strike any chords within me, but Amiri has been very... She's a better warden than I when it comes to keeping up morale. She's insisted on focusing on the present. Her and the party have gone back to Luce to give you the information, as well as to organize the events that they were planning. I was heading over there myself.
We didn't see them there, though. Oh,
in Luce?
In Luce, sorry. Yeah, understood.
By the time you're there, Amiri's probably gone through with her plans. It may not be what you're expecting.
It seems you need rest, but if you catch them before us, let them know we're behind them, not ahead.
I do think morale is important. If there was any blessing in disguise, is they were not attempting to they weren't attempting to hurt the morale of the kingdom. I'd imagine much of the kingdom will simply explain this away with a strange magic. As there are no bodies around, they won't really have anything to be shocked about.
Just another strange happening in the Stolen Lands.
It makes me uncomfortable. Well, I don't know what their plans are with the people.
I don't know if I expressed this, but the religious thing that's going on in the stone, the people behind this, the god or so, it was it the did I explain the bodies? The god seems to hate men.
I was not under that impression, but I can see that.
It explains why the bodies of men were left behind, but the women were marched onward. As far as we can tell, all the adults in town, at least, or anyone who was there, seemed to march off into the night, creating this path.
All of the present able-bodied seem to be gone. They want some sort of physical force for something.
Understood and agreed. This doesn't bode well.
Well, I need rest. I
agree.
Need to be in a physical form if I'm to do my duties as the warden. I apologize for the failure on my part for what happened in Leviton.
It's fine. We'll be protecting Leviton. Do you mind keeping an eye on here for the time being?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Please, yeah, send updates send updates on anything that happens, and just send a word every day if you could, by letter or otherwise, whatever means, just so if something, gods forbid, but should something happen to you, we'll see.
You see him like stop for a moment, and then he stops, he suddenly says, "What would the purpose of that be?"
If nothing else, it would give us a timestamp of when it happened.
It's already happened.
He's saying if anything happens again, and to you.
To what? And a town we've already left behind?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's unlikely to, but
there's no one left. Children, those that they deemed not worthy to kill. I would be much rather, like, you see him like stop for a moment at his outburst. He shakes his head. This isn't like me. Anyways, he like takes a deep breath. There are those who need my help in Luce. I've already failed those in Leviton, and I do not take orders from you. I'm heading to Luce. He's leaving with that.
Whoops.
Falnor turns to the party and says, "We also need to inform those in close relation with us of the memory trick. We'll inform Mikandayo of it later. He doesn't seem to be in the state for it, but
we also need to arrange for another group of settlers to come out here. This area provides a lot of the food to the rest of our people. We need those farms staffed.
I suggest we hire a good aligned cleric to watch over the place next time as well."
If we can find one, fine, but at this point I'd prefer just any cleric at all.
maybe.
Or at least one that we know their motives.
I suppose that's true. I just don't imagine that, I just have trouble imagining that Harem is up to the task.
Maybe we can decide that after
I
we've
wouldn't
dealt with the
say
cultists.
harm.
Maybe we can decide on that after we've dealt with the cultists.
Agreed.
We still need to organize sending people because again, we need food.
Yeah. In that case, do we wish to split ways? I want to investigate the bodies, and as emissary, I believe I should, since this is the second time, since the Black Tears were used for this, I think it'd be prudent to pay a visit to Lady Jumanji, see if she has any thoughts on the matter, if she may have heard something we hadn't.
Good.
Meanwhile, you, Tavian, need to get back to Levittown. You need to get back to the capital and watch over things, assess the situation there, make calls.
And I need to make sure nothing starts again or breaks out.
So, Pine, do you want to come with me? I'll need someone to accompany me, at the very least for some degree of muscle and safety.
I'll go wherever I'm needed. I think having a healer on the more dangerous area would probably be better.
Agreed.
Kind of stepping back from the game for a moment. So is the plan that the party is splitting to investigate?
Yeah, was it some of us are going to finish this investigation? Yeah, the rest of us are going to
like going through the trail while making sure there's still people in town. Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind, I'm going to fast forward like the time a bit.
Can we first figure out who's going with who?
Sure.
Yeah. So, Pine, I think you should be with me. Also, given the religious connections with this, I would feel more comfortable if Bro was with us as well. Is that fine?
Don't mosey on
That's
about
fine.
it.
Fine. We have other clerics and paladins.
Understood.
Or what other clerics?
Alma and Queek, you're bodyguards of Tavian. Understood.
Cool.
Okay. So half the party is heading to Luce, making sure everything's fine there. The other half are investigating the trail, seeing what they can. All right, then. Investigation team. Let me get.
It's just interesting that our ruler, counselor, and general are going back to the capital. It seems like it's almost like we're preparing for war.
Woo!
While our emissary, viceroy, and and then the other party member are going out to seek help.
Yeah, well, Tavian needs to head back to administrate like this.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that this doesn't cause anything
to the kingdom as a whole.
Any worse than it already will.
Okay, let me get survival checks from everyone in the investigation team, and let me get society or diplomacy checks from everybody in the Luce team.
Society or what else?
Diplomacy. You can choose either.
Well, no, Queek is coming with us, right?
Yes.
Am I going to Luce?
Team.
No, we're Alma, and
Queek's
all going to Luce, so we need diplomacy or society.
Oh,
so wait, am I investigating?
I'm gonna hit you with a fucking brick. You're going to Luce.
We're going to Luce.
Okay. That's what I thought the first time. Then you started talking.
Yeah, that's why he asked.
Yes,
that's why he asked.
I said you all go.
Just say yes next time. I don't need a whole fucking novel.
I said you, Alma, and Tavian are going to Luce. So roll diplomacy or society.
Okay.
Sounds like
that
a
is
lot
literally
of
what I
yes
said.
to say.
Oh, well, there's your fucking diplomacy.
Take your fucking diplomacy.
in your fucking book of a response and piss off.
You know what? I think I will. You give a good point.
Hey, what happened in Levittown? Don't worry about it. Oh, okay.
Okay.
There is a feat that is literally
Worry
nothing
about
to
it,
see
nothing.
here, which would allow you to do that.
So, I did not get a survival check from Pine. Pine, give me a survival check when you get back from pissing. Okay, so back in Luce, Tavian, you're doing your very best to make sure that what has happened in Leviton does not impact the kingdom significantly. News of what's happened has come to Luce. The original adventuring party who has discovered it was not very quiet about it. If anything, they were questioning people and seeing if they could like get any more information. You've assured everyone that like it's you decided not to. Sorry, you were not too focused on assuring people of anything. You were more so like we need more people there. We need settlers there. And like the bad press will be bad, but you need people like handling those farms.
Yeah,
Sorry,
basically he'd be spinning it so it isn't as bad as it sounds. If need
Right,
be.
lightning can't strike the same place twice.
There is thankfully a group of settlers and people who are on hand, which would be people in Luce. If anything, you can even like contact people in Patselvord to fill in Leviton. You make sure that what has happened in Leviton does not impact like the kingdom. So this following kingdom turn, there's not going to be any penalty to like food production as like the farms weren't raised or anything. And you've like sent like people to go. Anything that needs immediate attention in Leviton is dealt with. As for like people building and such, you may have an issue. Whatever task force they had there aren't around, and there's only so many able-bodied people who are able to that you trust. Like you don't want people to fuck up things. So building in Leviton may not be readily available for a bit, but the farm and the general store. You suppose the general store will still be fine. Yeah. It's just building at the moment. You cannot build in Leviton at the moment, but otherwise, the farm isn't impacted, and anything else the town gives is not impacted. Alma, word has got around to the adventurers about what has happened. Everyone except Jathal and Amiri seem to be kind of in a slump. This was a pretty, like... A lot of the adventurers who had gone to Leviton have been basically realized, like, the time frame they went was they could have done something, and that has impacted them greatly. Its morale is pretty bad. Amiri is doing her very best to get people to cheer up, but the mood in the at least for like all the powerful folk you've met has been pretty bad. Amiri has insisted that it's even more important that they go through with Rock's funeral. That she's so insistent to the fact that we need to do this. And from the way she's talking about it, she's like planning to start it as early as tomorrow.
Without me there?
From what?
Damn.
What's up?
Without me there, damn.
Like, yeah, fine.
No. So that as soon as you inform her Pine's not there, she's like, "Fuck, we'll have to start the second he gets here." Okay, the second he gets here, I've already got a crowd of like the way she starts talking about it. She, you think this hasn't even affected her at all, but otherwise, the mood in the town hall is pretty bad. Nothing really much you could do about that. It's just you didn't know what to do. Queek. The people have questions. They're like, General, what has happened? Have the people abducted by aliens? Like, what happened? What happened? And you assure everyone. You assure everyone.
Everyone? Huh?
You assure everyone. Everyone's like, what happened in Levitt? Hey,
Giant rat monster.
General Queek. No. To the people, you're like a force of like they understand that you're like the like general. Like they're like looking to you as a symbol of strength. And they're like, in Leviton, the people like disappear. Like, what is that gonna happen to us? What if we go there? We're sending our farmers there. And you assure everyone. You're like, that shit didn't happen.
That shit didn't happen. You have no evidence.
I was like, oh,
fucking gaslighting.
I guess that didn't happen. and yeah, everyone is assured.
John, you remember who the ruler is, right?
I like how Tavian is like the master manipulator, while Queek is just like everyone just trusts Queek. That's how Queek gaslights everyone. It's not even gaslighting. Queek just says something.
Guys,
Everyone's
this
like,
giant rat seems pretty trustworthy.
literally.
The giant rat never led us wrong.
Yeah, so no unrest this kingdom turn, I guess. That shit didn't happen. What are you talking about?
Who?
I mean, I guess we should just open up an orphanage and not explain why there's so many orphans randomly.
Don't talk about. Don't worry about it.
No. Here's the thing, Michael. If we had an overcrowding issue, I'd say yes, but we don't. Especially because there are all those fresh empty houses.
Okay. Back to the tracking team. How far west do you go? Okay, let's go. How far west do you guys go?
It would be good to go as far west as where the trail ends. Is what's his face said.
Okay.
How far is that though? We'll follow it for 3 days max.
So on the first day of travel, as you guys are going to camp tonight, you do pass through that the area that I guess Valerie, you've never been through here. Pine, you've been through here. This has been the area where, if you remember, that one hunter who had like trapped the place up, the one full of like spike snares. These have already been disarmed in completion. You think probably not by your party, but Ikondayo. He seems pretty good at dealing with traps, so it's not as dangerous as it used to be. Can I get survival checks from you guys again?
Mm-hmm.
All the while as you're following this trail, you don't see bodies strewn around, but you do see every once in a while a pile of stones to mark a grave here and there. None of the bodies have really been left out to the elements. I assume you guys aren't going to dig up the bodies or anything?
No, but if anybody, if there's like anything that was left behind or like lying around, yeah, Falnor will.
I understand. Yeah. You're keeping your eyes open. Give me perception checks then, Falnor.
All right. Yeah, he's not so low as to defile the dead, but.
Okay, I was just asking in case you were. All right.
You gotta check with these things.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't assume that you're not a gravedigger. Okay, so
it is probably wise from an investigation standpoint, but
you do not find anything new. There's no new bodies. The trail keeps going. The way the trail is going, you can tell that it's a very organized march. Like to the point where it's like a fucking marching band. Like left, right, left, right, left, right. Like the steps are very even in length. And if you didn't know better, you would think this is like an organized army of like veteran soldiers. As the trail exits out from the forest, the steps don't like stop, but there's just a lack of a trail. Not immediately after leaving the forest, but like some point after leaving the forest, like I'd say like a good half a mile out of the forest, they just suddenly no more trails. Do you keep following the path? Or not the path, but like where it went.
Yeah. First things first, Falnor will turn to Pine and be like, "You wouldn't happen to have anything special that could help us here?"
Wait, can you describe it one more time? I want to make sure this is gonna work.
So about half a mile or so out of the forest, the trail that you've been following has just it's no longer, it stops going. Like it just, as if they all stood here and then they just vanished.
Okay. I don't have anything that'd be particularly helpful here per se. But can I check the surroundings for like any loose objects, like some earrings that got lost, or like anything that would be giving a hint, like
yeah, give me a percentage check.
That there are people here? Like traces of people, yeah.
Sure, give me a percentage check. You do see a little like you like how far around the area do you look? Do you like go far? Or do you staying in the immediate area?
500 feet, because if they disappeared immediately, that'd give me either magic of some sort, or they had some very good stealth. Like there's gonna be some traces if they were covering up tracks or like doing something that wasn't magic.
Okay. Looking around the area, you do not see any traces of anything. To the point where like it's a pretty it's like not a very hilly area. So you're kind of like looking at a Google like green hills background, except kind of pretty flat. So it's not hard to look around. And expecting the ground, you don't see any section of footprints. You'd wager, judging from the footprints, though, that there's a difference between the footprints of someone standing, or even like just resting their weight on the ground, and the footprints of someone who's like actively moving. The shoes or like the feet don't look like they stopped, if that makes sense. Like there's not enough of like a indent to imply that they stopped and then something happened. It looked like they were actively moving when whatever happened to them made it so there were no more tracks.
Repeat the last sentence one more time. My headset got fuzzy.
So basically, you can tell that from the tracks of the people that they never stopped moving. So whatever happened to them happened while they were moving. They didn't like stop moving.
Okay, I don't think they stopped to cover their tracks. My best bet would be magic transportation or magic stealth. One of the two.
I have a hunch it's the former as opposed to the latter, but yeah.
Do you want to keep heading west?
No. It's more important we talk with Lady Jumanji at this point, and we can always send a party in the same direction after. Later.
Okay. Then you guys want to head to Brevoy to speak to Lady Jumanji?
Yeah, as we head back to Levittown, I will, if there's anyone at all there, I'll have them send word for like if there's any if there's an adventuring party, I would like to do I have the money?
There is the group of adults still around are attempting to organize. I'll say by the time you've gotten back, you investigating has not been a slow process. So by now, 2, 3. Say 3 because you're investigating. By now, by the time you get back to Leviton, Tavian has already sent for people to organize the area. So then you would arrive around the time that people are getting together and trying to figure things out.
Yeah. I'll have someone send word to Tavian that we confirmed the path and to ask and that we stopped when the tracks disappeared, and ask and be hey, it might be worth sending a party in that direction just to keep going to see if either they can find something. Not that I have any hope of that, but rather to try continuing in that direction or scout the surrounding area.
We can do this during a Kingdom turn, the investigate activity. Yeah. And speaking of Kingdom turn, from what you understand, personally speaking, Lady Jamadi might be a bit of an issue. Perhaps it would be better to just send word during a Kingdom turn to Lady Jamadi.
Why would that
it's
be
not
an issue?
Your Lady Jamadi isn't a some person. You this is the equivalent of walking up to the president of I mean, I guess president's a big word, but she's the head of a noble house. You'd have to go there, get her this is all Kingdom turn sort of stuff is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying it would make more sense if we resolve this during Kingdom turn.
Understood. I'll say I do this during my Kingdom turn, but I would. This is an issue. An entire town's population disappearing overnight is an issue I feel warrants a level of.
Sure, but let's say you do it through through diplomatic routes instead of personally heading there to get it solved immediately. It's not about following tradition. It's about this is you're not gonna get you rushing through it is not going to get results. It's you've been working as emissary for a bit. This isn't the sort of way you.
All right. Falnor was hoping to grab a coffee with her, basically.
Yeah. That's not how it works.
You could always just sneak in.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You just show up. She's got a fucking pajamas and a nightcap on, turns her fucking lamp on to go to bed, and Falnor's everyone's missing. Oh! She pulls her sword out. Where were you keeping that?
I imagine it more she turns on the light and he's hey, she immediately before he can finish saying hi, she just fucking stabs him.
Falnor does not.
She put the sword to your neck. She
particular sword.
She's got self-control. Okay, then with that, we'll say the party returns to Luce in whole. About a week or so has passed since you guys have left Varnhold. The party takes a much-needed rest, though Amiri does confirm Pine's back, and immediately goes about to organizing. Though the mood. Yeah, what's up?
One last note about the Lady Jumanji thing. Fuck. I am really set on Falnor meeting her at some point soon. Even if he can't
I'm always
sit
available
down
to do
with
like one shots.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
wanna,
Even if you
like,
can't
have the
sit down
conversation.
for a coffee like right now, that shit needs to be scheduled or whatever the fuck. He does want to schedule a coffee sit down with her. He'll go through the diplomatic means to organize that. During the kingdom turn.
We will do that.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Understood.
Okay. The following day, the party's much needed rest. Also, sorry, if anybody in the Luce party had something they wanted to do, let me.
Nope.
Nope. Anybody else?
Not really.
Andrew, you good?
I think so, yeah.
Duke?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. As you guys leave your respective like places of rest, as you get to the town hall, you see it's very busy. You see lots and lots of it's a combination of adventurers and guardsmen, and maybe you see kobold or two, hunters, all sort of like armed figures are around the town hall. And you can see there's lots of flyers and such, like in their hands and like stapled onto the walls. There's a festive mood despite the lack of festivities. And someone has commissioned M. Zaki.
No, not M. Zaki.
Alright.
Who did this?
Okay, yeah, as you arrive, lots of people are excitedly discussing amongst themselves. I didn't put every token, but imagine like outside the town hall, there's a lot of people in and out. I don't have the tokens for everyone, but I didn't want to like flood the map with them. But from what you're seeing on the flyers, it appears that one moment. The Chris Rock hunting flock has started. Apparently, to get more information, you need to go to the newly refurbished trophy room in the town hall. It appears you guys are late. Well, I say late to the start of it. It doesn't appear to have an end date.
Alright, then Balnor will step forward.
Alright. As you get to the town hall, you do see a couple of your fellow adventurers. Jubilos doesn't seem to care at all. He's focused on potions. It looks like he has a lot of healing potions that he's making.
Balnor does want to talk to him for a moment.
Alright.
Hey, Jubilost.
Balnor, if you don't mind, could you... You're not busy, are you?
Not
Of course not. If you could hand out those lesser healing potions, they're promised a free one per hunter, and God knows the adventures we get around here. They'll need them.
Happily. He'll like as he's like talking with him, he'll start like scooping them up, and even use his fucking telekinetic powers to like carry an extra one. Anyway, but like as he's picking them up, he is like, hey, I wanted to ask you about something. Given Levittown, we need to sort out some form of communication, some sort of communication system, something faster than just.
Lindsay takes
letters.
like the box that you put down and just leaves without a word.
You mean Kaliki?
Kaliki. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We need to sort that out somehow. Do you have any ideas as far as what we could do?
Ideas, thousands. Figuring out the validity of them takes a bit more time. Are you prepared to hear my theories within a sound mind, or are you simply want to hear whatever makes you feel better?
I'm not looking for a comfort. I'm looking for practical solutions, I suppose.
Well, practically, they're all dead. They're being used for some sort of match ritual circle to summon some sort of terrible deity.
Yes, I understand that. I mean, we need to set up some form of communication so that days do not pass in the future.
I see. 1 second, I'm checking Google. And by Google, I mean my great intelligence.
Some form of higher quality bandwidth communication between our town.
The closest equivalence to a sending stone from the hit game Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition would be a shell of sending, which prices at 12,000 gold pieces. The next closest thing we have is a sending spell, which is a 5th level spell. So it appears in Golar, they really don't want motherfuckers communicating from long distance. We could figure out some sort of smoke signals method. You did notice the burning of remains of the houses from quite a distance. Maybe we could figure something out there.
I suppose that would be a practical solution.
Yes, and
considerable
nothing copyrighted in there. I can attempt to make some sort of
flares.
All right, guys. What we need to do is we need to force Jubilos to make fax machines.
Fax machines.
God damn it!
I can help.
But then we gotta run cable, anyway.
I can attempt to make some sort of bombs that make like an explosion or a puff of smoke. But other than that, you wager you ask with your own alchemist. You guys just want to invent phones. I made the iPhone. The iPair.
We could invent the telegraph.
We'll start simple.
All that needs is an electrical source.
With a Nokia.
Yeah, let's make the telegraph. Why not?
I should note the Shell of Sending is Pathfinder 1st edition, so I'm not even certain that goes 1-to-1.
Cool.
Okay, wait, hear me out. What we do is we use orphans as telegram pigeons.
We're not doing that.
Common rail cannon.
Orphan rail cannon.
Oh my fucking god.
So you know, there's a simpler way to do it. We could just do pipes. Hydraulics are established in the Pathfinder universe. We could just do a pneumatic tube system.
Yeah, throughout miles and miles of it.
Yeah, it would seem easier just to do a telegraph anyway.
Are you trying to make like a blue light system throughout
Tavian, as you're kind of peering through there, you can make out a large bear in the distance, and you can hear a shouting woman, Tavian! I see you down there! Get over here!
Where the fuck? Wow, the fuck? Ugh.
On getting closer, you see it's not a bear. Lindsay is currently wearing the owlbear rug on her, and due to the owlbear being like what 3 times her size, you can't even see her. Like, I mean, you can like make out like her feet and her like muscled arms sticking out, but otherwise it's like a fucking
Amiri, you said
owlbear.
Lindsay, so I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure the
sorry.
owlbear was a wee bit bigger than 3 times Lindsay the halfling or gnome or whatever the fuck she
Apologies.
is.
I meant Amiri. I keep fucking up. You know what? I'm
There's a
deleting
very
Lindsay.
funny
I'm not
image
ever
of
saying
just
her name
this
again.
lump
She's
in the
dead.
middle of the
Lindsay
owlbear.
is no. Okay.
No.
I uninstalled Lindsay from the module.
Thank you. She was too much lag. Too much in my brain lag. It was like the
I sent Lindsay to the sun.
She was gonna be the next Dustu.
Yeah, Dustu, thank you. Welcome to the Chris Rock hunting vlog. We're having a big fucking hunting party in honor of Chris Rock. Rest in peace.
See that?
Ikudayo is just standing next to her, and he like hands you some flyers. The gist of it is we've enlisted all the hunters, adventurers, and those who are friends, I suppose. Anyone who is interested in Chris Rock's passing to hunt for all sorts of dangerous game. I meant to discuss this with you in a more formal setting, but in recent times there's been lots of aggressive species in the region. Amiri came to me with a way to shoot 2 birds with 1 stone. We've offered a cash prize as well as the sort of prize only the nobility of a up-and-coming kingdom could give, clout, as it were, to any adventurer hunter who could hunt the most dangerous game. This helps with culling the local population, getting many adventuring requests done, and afterwards there's going to be a cooking competition with the food, which will be more in line with what Chris Rock would probably have wanted. And Mary like says, Psh, "Are you kidding me? Chris Rock would think it would be hilarious if a bunch of people were running around getting mauled by bears." Ikadai just like gives her like a side eye. I mean, mauling bears. Chris Rock would definitely not want nature to murder a bunch of humans. That's not what he'd want.
I mean, he'd be happy with both.
No, there's no way both of you spoke up at once. There's no way you both spoke up at once. That's crazy. Holy, they're in sync. But Emery says, "Yeah, well, I'm really interested in eating some of that food. Oh, speaking of which, we need judges for the cooking competition. I'm definitely like judge number 1. I thought it'd be fine if Pine was one, but this motherfucker's not moving his character."
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was relevant.
What is this?
What is this?
I heard you were talking shit.
What is what? Oh, sorry. That's. You guys never saw it. That's Slave's new picture.
Wait.
Wait,
my bad.
Where is this?
My bad. There we go.
Oh my god!
No one picked him. I forgot I changed his fucking picture.
Slave got huge.
Sir, is that you? They turned me into a Makto plushie, sir.
Oh my god, why? Why did they do this to you?
He said he was gonna give me a stat sheet. I said okay, and then he took it.
Oh Jesus! Can you still
sir.
like move?
Oh yeah, I'm just in incredible pain.
Great, because we need another supply run, so I'm gonna send you over to go get some more shit.
Well, that's why I'm here, sir. I'm hunting down monsters for food. I just got my newest mission.
What mission did you get? I didn't give you a mission to hunt monsters, huh?
It says here, hunt shambler sap. That sounds easy. It's like a tree.
What do we need shambler sap for?
Apparently they're making pancakes. I really like pancakes, sir. and then I'm gonna get lots of to-go boxes after the cooking competition. Wish me luck.
I wish you the best.
Thank you, sir. Fuck you, Shamblers. Woo. I thank you for noticing that, Carter, because I would have forgotten he was on the map unless you pointed it out.
Actually, no, hang on. Queek will stop before you leave.
Oh yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Carter.
What?
What? I didn't point that out, bro.
I know!
You're not fighting
No, I'm
Shamblers.
saying the
That
chaos.
changes
Like,
a lot.
I'm
Get back
just
in here.
confused.
What is it, sir?
There
Sir,
we
what do you need
know.
from me?
I need you to locate a chain gun.
Sir, last time you
to prove a
slave
point.
number 4 to do this, he died. Sir, please. Every slave you sent to get a
because
chain
he
gun
found
has
the chain
died.
gun.
Yeah, exactly, sir. It's a lose-lose. Either I find the chain gun and die, or I don't find it and you kill me. Please.
We'll just
Have
find
mercy,
it
sir.
without dying this time.
No, sir. You're dooming me, sir.
No, I believe in you.
Sir, don't believe in me.
Go find some more of us that are out there as well while you're
My
at it.
pancakes.
We need
My
it. You're not
fucking
fighting
pancakes.
Shamblers. You're not fighting Shamblers. You're gonna return
You're-
with some more of my men, and you will possibly return with a chain gun.
But what about the food, sir? I was doing
We
the
have
food.
food
We
here.
need that syrup. It is vitally important that he
We
goes
are
out
not
and get it.
sending him. I am not sending him to kill fucking Shamblers.
Please, sir. Please, 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 please.
No.
You were not sending me to fight Shambler, you're sending me to fight the chain gunners?
I'm not sending you to fight a chain gunner. I'm sending you to find a chain gunner.
Okay, you know what? Yes, sir. I'm gonna go do that right now.
And go find more of our dudes.
Yes, sir.
You turn them into marketable plushies.
You would hear him mutter under his breath, I'm gonna get those pancakes first, though.
I heard that shit. Get back here.
He's running.
No.
He's gone. Athletics check.
Queek actually has a higher base movement than he does.
I do.
No, he doesn't.
The other guy's a rogue, remember?
Boom.
You do not catch up to him.
I do
There's
catch
not
up to him.
enough.
Get back in
You do
here.
not.
Slave has a
No.
25 base lance speed.
And you didn't hear that shit, bro. You didn't.
I
hear that
did. You
shit.
said I heard it. You said I heard him mutter under his
Heard it.
breath.
Alma heard it because she was standing
You
there.
said I
Alma
heard it. You
I
said
go back, bro. Leave the marketable plushie alone. Okay, back to the conversation. Yeah, so basically, the hunting competition and cooking competition are separate. You guys are more than welcome to participate either. But either way, we need like judges for the cooking competition. Pine, you planning to cook or participate? As the judge, I mean.
I'll
Or
judge.
judges. You'll judge? Okay, hell yeah. I'm also part of the judging. We needed a third judge. I don't know who's got good taste buds though.
Me. No.
Hey man, now I could be tasting some food if you don't mind.
Yeah, Bro can sign up. Yeah, for judge.
Oh yeah, he's big. That means he's got a big tongue. That means big tongue, bigger taste buds.
Yeah, he also
Not
helps
all that is
with,
tongue is good for, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what he means. What does he mean?
we ate Tatzelworms. That shit was tight.
Oh, I see. Shit, you should make. I think.
Yeah, that's the
Ikunai
type
puts his.
I was talking about.
Ikunai puts his hand up. I have lots of requests and wanted posters I'm gonna hand out. I have here in particular some that are a bit higher level. I didn't hand these out willy-nilly, so perhaps if the party wants to handle these during the event. He hands you guys 3 wanted posters. Of the list, there is a local poet, Eosis Vemerilian, wants to write a complex epic using only pens crafted from manticore spikes. He wants a healthy collection of them at hand to see him through this strange epic, and has requested from enough 2 manticores worth of manticore spikes. Any questions or?
What's the politest? Okay, yeah, I'm just not gonna reply to that one. I'm just not.
Well, it's in your hand. It's in your hand.
Yeah, it's wild. That wanted note it just is never gonna get answered. It's crazy.
It is one of the most dangerous requests, so I haven't handed it out willy-nilly. Speaking of willy-nilly, he has put a reward on it, not including the reward for whoever can bring the most dangerous game. He glances down. 200 gold pieces or so worth of halfling poetry. I've checked with him myself, and I can assure you that should push come to shove, he can't afford to give just 200 gold pieces.
That sounds about good to me.
Okay, so way cooler one here. She pulls up a poster. A fucking dragon. Check it out. You see here that you see like a wanted poster with a dragon on it. And she says, that's the sickest shit ever. I was going to actually hunt that by myself, but I figured, you know, with like Pine's party being the one to kill it, it's definitely going to be the one to win. Like a dragon corpse, that's going to get everyone excited. Tavian and Pine, can you both make me nature checks?
Public or blind?
Blind.
I'm going to use my ability to give myself training.
Go for it. Okay, Pine, that is not a dragon, that's a drake. Not the sort killed by Kendrick Lamar, the sort that aren't like full-blooded dragons.
He's not like us, guys.
Tavian, you actually recognize the drawing. You don't know about the like dragon versus drake thing, but you literally saw this creature on your way to Nargookulis Fort.
Oh.
You'd even like wager you know exactly which square it's on.
Oh god. Okay, and what's the reward?
The concerned lumberjacks have pulled together a bounty of 400 gold pieces.
Okay. Alright. And let's see. Okay.
This last one, they are for eels. A traveling chef, Bevan Armaki, has grown tired of plain river eels, but he's heard the eels of Lake Silverstep are particularly delicious.
Is it just tasselworms?
No, it's eels. But I know from experience that fishing in Lake Silverstep is a dangerous endeavor. You may not have to fight anything to catch the eels, but something may want to fight you.
I just get raised an eyebrow. He's like, I know these are baby tasselworms.
They're eels. They're 100% eels. He shows you the picture. Eels. No, I
look at the picture.
No, they're totally tasselworms. Look at them. Ferocious. You could totally fight them. Why? No one confuses tasselworms with eels.
A lot of people do.
I'm certain nobody does.
I'm certain that I saw a fisherman fry a baby tasselworm, call it an eel. Hell, I thought some kids were saying they were caterpillars.
No fisherman of this kingdom would be that stupid.
He was of this kingdom. He was just at Megarvarn's party.
You can die.
You can die. Don't I have some tasselworms still?
In the distance, I got some extra tasselworms here. Hey, bro, you want to fry up some tasselworms? Arvin is here. Local fisherman.
So wait, are the tasselworms the eels?
Yeah, they are.
No, they aren't. I'm
No, they
telling
are.
you, as the DM and as Ikundayo, both of us are telling you, the wanted poster is literally for eels. Just eels. It's just eels.
No,
I'm gonna hold up my tassel worm to the picture on the wanted poster, and look at the eel and look at the poster, and say, I think this close enough. I'm gonna bring this and try and see if they work. We'll try to get the reward for the tassel worms.
Okay, so you're interested in that. I should note, out of game, you guys should be doing these all as a party. I'm not actually telling you guys to go one-on-one to hunt these. Please don't do that, actually.
No.
Top 10 things not to do. Alma, as this is going on, Lindsay will approach you. And she kind of looks up. She's like, oh, hey, Alma. You doing all right?
Okay, how are you?
I've been better. But, honestly, everyone's been kind of taking it rough. I'm glad Amiri's doing this. It's, at least bringing the mood up. Ikundayo's taking it pretty hard.
Yeah. Did Ikundayo have any relationship with, Svetlana? I feel like he's a little bit more attached to this than otherwise.
She looks back for a moment. It's not really my story to tell. I mean, Ikundayo's not particularly trying to hide it. I asked him what his story was, and he just told me very straight-faced, so I think it's okay. Ikundayo was a hunter in like a village a while back. At some point, the village was attacked by a troop of like giants, like a not like an army, but like a tribe. Ikundayo had been out of the village that day, and when he'd come back, yeah, I mean, he was a father and a husband before this. It really affected his motivations, I suppose, and I suppose seeing something similar happen
I see.
hasn't been good for him. I was hoping maybe during the cook-off we could, I don't know if what happened triggered his trauma or anything along those lines, but as long as we all are, like... I think he appreciates us being friendly towards him, despite him being standoffish. But, I'm also worried about you. Are you doing okay?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I'm just trying to keep it all under control right now, if I'm being honest. I'm like
I've done some research.
Yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna be like, I'm only like one... What's the phrase? Like, I feel like I'm gonna burst.
The camel straw and all that, I get it. I did some research in Occult Genora. I don't mean to sound morbid, but despite all like the blood we saw, I don't think they've killed Svetlana. I've heard of what hags do, and that is a hag god in the day. One particularly focused on women. We can at least know that she's alive and that we can rescue her at some point. I hope we can just focus on that and not think about anything else. Here's the future, right?
Right,
I assume Falnor
Let's be
finishes
optimistic
his
about this.
Falnor, you and Jubilost have discussed like figuring out some sort of smoke signal way. You will have showed up towards the end of this conversation.
Yeah. Hey, Alma.
Hey, Falnor. Did you figure out anything with...
Falnor, hey!
Not really. Hey, Lindsay. What were you guys talking about?
Oh, just that hopefully Svetlana and the rest are all still alive. That we can at least move forward from this, and that like all hope isn't lost.
Yeah. By the way, have you seen Harem around? I need to talk to him about something.
Oh,
someone who might know.
Harem?
Yeah.
About that.
Huh?
Well,
Do you want a redemption?
Very
Do you need some redemption there, Lindsay? You do something bad?
Yeah, you're not here. You're not here. Go eat your tassel worm.
What
eat your tassel
happened?
worm.
He didn't die, did he?
You see her like side-eyeing? No, he didn't die. She's like grabbing the back of her head, like rubbing it.
Well? What happened to him? Where is he?
Well, I mean,
He's in a coma.
so no, it's just that like with that whole thing, I just happened to overhear the thing with old Beldame about the contract, and I was just, I mean,
fuck.
like,
I as a player forgot that, didn't I?
she said anyone could pay for it, so I just thought like Harem wouldn't mind being gone for a bit. Like he talks about dying all the time. She sounds very like embarrassed right now.
Who, Lindsay? Who did you switch out?
Who did you
Wait,
switch
I'm not
out?
there.
Yeah.
As she's saying this, bursting out of the stock room, with 2 beers in hand, is Octavia, baby! Ragongar is like jumps up and says, "Oh, finally got the drinks, babe." As they clink their drinks, Octavia will notice you down the hall and like wave very cheerily. Alma! Oh, you guys are back!
Hey.
So good to see everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Octavia!
Alma! She like goes and wraps her like arms around you with like the beer still in her hand.
Are you okay?
So good to see you.
Happened?
Oh, I'm so okay. Everyone was so stressed. Like Ragongar was crying, and oh my god, he's not much of a crier, but like snot bubbles. But yeah. So for me, like not much time passed at all. It really felt like a blink. Not literally. I mean, time really didn't pass. We was definitely like in a different realm. I think I was in the first world. I can only assume I was, and it was very trippy. Like I've had acid before. God knows me and wait, what god does she serve? Yeah, Nephis knows that I've tried all sorts of substances, but that was literally a trip. Lindsay filled me in about what's been going on, and she kind of like sighs for a second. I feel like I've missed out on a lot, and I'm not planning to miss out on anything ever again.
Sounds like
Lindsay at this is like, Lindsay is like in the back, and she's like looking you. She's behind Octavia and looking you dead in the eyes, Falnor, and she's giving you like the like cut off at the neck, not like kill you gesture, but like don't mention it gesture. Lindsay has not told Octavia everything.
You know what would be the funniest shit that could be done right now? Swap out Octavia for him right there and then.
Do not.
I'm gonna. Wait.
Anyway,
so Pine's gonna be walking away from the conversation up here.
Falnor is just going to move. Is going to be like, oh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna see if I can track down Tristan. Is he here?
Tristan.
Tristan.
Tristan's right here.
Okay.
Tristan has. I didn't actually move his character around. That's on me. But Tristan has been more or less making sure everyone is like safe and like observing
Also,
surroundings.
who I signed with Octavia, right? So my relic should be different.
Yes, it should be. Oh fuck! Oh brother, I will. You know what? I'm standing by this. Tomorrow I'm gonna fucking fix all of the relics and make them exactly perfect for combat next time.
All right, but
And
I
how fucking-
also do have an idea that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said Octavia said she was in the first realm.
Say again?
The first world, yes.
The first world?
Yes.
That might be a place of interest.
Where is he going with this? Oh no.
But anyways, yeah.
Fowler, you were speaking to Kristen?
Yeah, so yeah. Hey, so I figured I should ask you first before I try trekking all the way to Old Beldane. But
Fowler. Wolf, what did you
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about something religious-wise as to
Yeah,
what happened.
you are.
What?
Were you about to ask if you're cursed?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
How did you...
I'm a cleric. It's actually really obvious from first look when someone pisses off a god. Had it been Sarenrae, I might have been angry with you, but it's clear whatever god you pissed off is definitely not of the nicest sort. What happened? Did you fuck up a ritual circle? Did you
Oh wait, Duke makes a good point.
mantle?
Didn't
I poked my mind where they didn't like it.
I'm sorry,
what's your
Kaon,
Duke's
wasn't it Harem that switched with Amiri?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did Harem switch with Octavia?
That's why I'm
Lindsay
saying alarm
switched
bells
up.
are going
Lindsay
off.
did it.
Lindsay did it, sure, but that's
Yeah,
two
no, here's
people
the
in the
thing.
void switching between the void. Like,
Hold on.
you see what I mean?
Hold on. Give me my math. Let me look at my math notes.
Okay, so Amiri.
Oh, man, it's
was
a
in the
damn
void
shame Jake
and
wasn't
swapped
here
with
right now.
Harem outside of the void.
Guys,
So Harem's down the
Wait.
void, and Amiri's out of it.
hold on.
Amiri's still out
Let me
here.
do. Pause. I'm doing the math.
He's got to do some quick maths.
Okay, I've got bad news.
Oh dear.
I've got bad news for everyone.
Oh no.
That slave conversation never happened.
Wait, Slave
was
is
back.
gone?
Slave was back.
Yeah.
No, quite the
Slave-
opposite.
Slave.
He was never here to
Slave
begin
is-
with.
But you did not
good.
recognize the difference between Slave 1 and Slave 2.
Oh.
That was actually Slave 2. This entire time, Slave 1 had actually found Slave 2. You just can't tell the difference between them, and Slave 1 got replaced. And no one's gonna tell you. Okay, it's canon now. Thank you all for making sure that everything is fixed. Thank you. We fixed it.
Okay, because I was about to be
canon
suspicious.
fixed.
Like,
Wait, so what happened to Slave 3 though?
Slave 3, we're still looking for Slave 3.
He died 10 years ago.
He's been dead.
No, Queeky's not dead.
Okay, back to our regular scheduled conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Plot holes fixed.
Has anyone figured? Has Falnor figured out, or has anyone told Falnor yet who the fuck cursed him?
Tristan is asking you,
Yeah.
like, have you run afoul of any gods?
Yeah. So that's that. Okay, cool. So none that I know the name of or have identified, but I did obviously piss one off. I can say pretty clearly as to when it was. The threat we were sent, I decided to use that threat as an opportunity to pry into...
You have to give me context. I don't
behind
know
it.
of any threats.
Oh, I've
heard news of what happened in Leviton, but I wasn't privy to
when
your
we
party
went to-
stuck it through.
When we went to, what was it, Tasselford, was it? Or, hold on,
Leviton.
Tasselford's the third city, fuck.
Leviton.
When we went to Varnhold
fuck.
for the celebrations,
I'm messing up.
speaking of, we need to check up on Tasselford. if shit went down in Levittown, we need to check up on Tasselford. But when we went to Varnhold for the festivities, one of the things was everyone was to do a game that some other party had come up with, but someone had already submitted our game, and it involved guessing what an item was.
Where is this? Do you know the origin of the curse?
Yes, that item was the bodily possessions of Oleg's wife.
Oh dear, the radish soup, the one who made the most delicious radish soup.
Yes.
That's like the loss of the world.
One of her bodily possessions. It was meant to be a threat to us, to intimidate us. I turned it into an opportunity to see who was behind it.
You see him put a hand up as he says, I found her. I don't mean to call you stupid, perhaps a bit naive. Object reading is not an uncommon spell. I would imagine if they had left you... I imagine you didn't use the scalp itself. Did they leave you in a physical item?
I used the scalp itself.
You didn't.
There was a ring.
Out again.
Oh shit! Yeah. I used a ring.
Yes. Remains of bodies don't object read at all, or at least as well as a physical object. If they left you a physical object, then that meant they had wanted you to object read it. I'd imagine that was a... What's the word I'm looking for? Premeditated trap by the cultists. And whatever they've done, the eyes of the god they serve is on you. Do you know their name?
Not yet. I was hoping you could tell me. Or even cure me of this affliction. The god hates women. We know that. Or sorry, hates men. Hates men.
I assume from what Lindsay was discussing earlier, and from the talks of cults, this would be the cult of Girona.
Presumably.
If that is the case, well, no matter what god it was, apologies to tell you, I'm not exactly a priest of the level to remove a curse, even a minor one like this one. You may have to just live with this for as long as it takes me to grow in skill level to remove it, or find a powerful enough priest.
Understood.
Girona, there's a reason they're called a cult and not a religion. I'm not privy to what her curses entail. It'll have to be a witness firsthand. What do you feel like at the moment? How are you even able to...
It seems to have little effect on me, but it does feel like I'm always being watched.
Well, I assure you, the god's observations aren't what the curse entails. This feeling of being watched may spell to be deadly during actual combat. Especially if it was... News of your party isn't exactly a hidden information. People can figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are from talk around town. Hopefully this wasn't pointed at you, but should the curse have been a meditated one, who amongst your party can cast object reading?
Myself and Alma.
Then it must be a curse that would be particularly deadly in combat for the either of you. If it... you came to me for alleviations and I've made them worse. I would assure you that...
This is better.
It is a minor curse at the end of the day. I know from from those cursed by Callistra, it could be something as... With those cursed from Callistra, it would be that whenever someone desired vengeance against you, you'd suffer from giant wasp venom. And trying to explain to someone how venom just apparated in their bloodstream, quite difficult.
Oh boy.
But it could have been worse. That's just the level of minor curses that I'm trying to impart to you.
Understood.
Once again, I assure you, in 2 levels time, I can remove the affliction on you free of charge.
That's good to hear. Thank you.
Oh, I will do my best, but like you said, it's a
Yes.
minor curse, so
Yes.
by that time, I should be plenty strong.
Understood. Thank you.
Of course, may Sanray protect you.
May she. Alright. Yeah. And then found
Also, I have to catch up on spells. Spill the spells, girls.
Also,
Which is a
speaking
book-
of
which is a fucking
spells
book
and a
club.
priest, isn't there a... I don't know how higher level is, but in Tatzelford, right? She's a priest as
We
well.
did recently make a Temple of Erastil.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
What was her name again? Fuck's sake.
I know. Yeah, you know that the wife of the mayor is a priest, and that you guys just recently made a shrine. So if you want to pay a visit to Tasselford to see about that. Oh yeah. In the meantime, this
Patricia.
is.
Okay. I just had to do it for my
Uh,
own
Ro-
satisfaction.
I should let you guys know that Rock's funeral is technically a kingdom event, so you can be participating and also rolling for it in the future. As it is.
That what
effectively
is?
this whole fuck. What was this name I gave it? Give me a second.
Oh, Rock's funeral.
The Warrior's funeral, whatever.
No, it had a snappy name. Amiri was very proud of making it up. It's not stupid.
The bear fight.
Chris Rock Hunting Flock. That's what it was. Okay. Did the party
Very,
want to...
very good name. Not gonna laugh. God damn it, I'm gonna laugh.
All right. Amiri wearing the giant owlbear cloak. All right. Go forward, my warriors. Hunt those beasts. In the name of Rock.
The name of Rock. Oh wait, Amiri, just a heads up. I actually adopted an owlbear and named it Rock. Just a heads up. Like, yeah.
You did?
That might make things a little confusing.
I saw the baby owlbear. It liked me a lot, actually. I didn't realize I was such a mother figure. Ikundayo speaks up. You were wearing her mother's skin. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a sick rug. I mean, coat. I think I'll be wearing it from now on. I think Lore of the Hunt sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, if you don't mind looking after Rock every now and then, I'd appreciate it.
Nah, I mean,
Especially when
I
I'm
would,
away.
but I don't know where he is.
I pull out a pimento sandwich.
Okay. So there's like 2 stuffed wargs in the back of this trophy room, and just like coming out of its mouth as if it was like some sort of alien, a little baby owlbear pops out. 1 second, because I lost its token. I thought I put it with the companions, but I did not.
If Amiri ends up taking care of this owlbear, that'd be adorable.
Where did I put that? Well, remind me, guys. Where were you? You were in the owlbear lair. I don't know why that took me a second.
Yeah.
Where did they find the baby owlbear? In the owlbear.
It was in the beast's lair.
Yes, it's the beast. That's what it's called. Not literally.
I'm a beast.
I'm a beast. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. Anyways, Rock just comes flying out for that pimento sandwich. Before he he reaches, Emiri grabs it and lifts it up. He's like, "Oh, hey, little guy." Oh yeah, totally. I can make sure he's taken care of. What's that you got there?
It's his favorite sandwich. I give it to the little guy.
She snatches that out of your hand and starts eating it. Rock is angrily biting her fingers. What the hell? This is great. Oh, sorry. You want some? She's like puts the sandwich she just ate into his mouth.
Amiri, you were there when they were eating the pimento sandwiches. What are you talking about?
I forgot. I've been busy. Okay, I organized this whole thing. I wrote those wanted posters myself. I had to proofread them. She's got atrocious spelling. Right, but it was my plan. And all the adventurers were excited because of me. This is actually part of my side quest. Yep.
The side quest.
What else is part of your side quest?
Yeah.
Hunting monsters. Let's go hit this Drake for all it's got. Let's
go. Wait, I'm the master of the hunt. Oh wait, fuck. Wait, I gotta kill something. I'm the master of the hunt. Didn't you say you killed the giant owlbear? Oh, I did do that, didn't I? I can join you guys if someone doesn't make it next session. Or fuck it, this session. We still got an hour. Let's go. DM, give them all hero points. Okay, I guess.
We are not doing a combat encounter in 1
combat
hour.
session right now. Combat session.
Oh, we can go find the dragon.
Let's go find the Drake and kill it.
Okay, I'm gonna look over at Pine. Hey, Pine, what are you able to make out of drakes?
A lot. Those are like a landmine of resources.
Go ahead and give me a. So wait, you want to do a recall knowledge check or a nature check on drakes?
I've heard people use crafting for this or for this particular context of like, what can I make out of its corpse?
Oh, make out of them. I thought you were saying what do you know about
Monster Hunter?
Yes.
Monster Hunter.
I told you guys this. Every monster has a lore check, and you can.
I thought you were gonna say every monster has its hunter.
No, shut up.
We need the high rank Drake set.
Yeah, is this high rank or low rank?
Yeah.
It's low rank.
Go ahead and make a nature or a applicable lore check. Do you have applicable lore check?
I have crafting and nature. I'll use nature because it has a higher modifier.
Turn that Zaki off. Thank you.
What, you don't like Mzaki?
It's not good enough for you?
Somebody tried to play Wonderwall. They were immediately and publicly executed to great applause.
Yeah, you don't really know much about drakes.
At the very least, I can make some Drakeheart mutagen, which I'm using. But
I don't think a Drakeheart mutagen uses drakes.
Why not?
It's a real pain in the ass to get.
It's organically
actually
squeezed Drakeheart mutagen.
Is it actually? I thought it was just the name.
That's a great question.
Well, I
think it actually does use Drakehearts.
Your skin grows tough scales like a drake. Your eyesight becomes sharp and your pupils slitted. And it's a mutagen using organic materials as part of the base. And you need to pay materials.
It doesn't literally use a heart, but it definitely probably.
It doesn't use the heart, but it uses its blood or like something. Yeah.
You can certainly find out what happens when you use its heart.
Does anybody else think they have any lore about dragons?
Dragons in Numeria.
I know there are actually dragons in. The dragons are apparently pretty common in Brevoy.
Oh, sorry, drakes, whatever.
Because they. Dragons.
There is a chance you fought like dragon-related creatures and are well-read enough. If you.
Well, Draconic is apparently a common language in Brevoid.
Okay, that's fair. Give me a what lores do you have?
Legal.
Give me a nature check. Give me a nature check.
Okay.
And Queek, you can similarly give me a nature check as well.
Alright. Ooh, it's not gonna be.
You got +1, man. Yeah, that's not
gonna be good.
Okay. Queek, you look at the picture. You aren't familiar too much with drakes. You do know, looking at the picture and like how there's like fire coming out of the mouth, that it is like a flame drake. Because there's different types of drakes. You know, like there's just like dragons, that drakes are like typal, and it depends on their like location. You would have guessed that it could have theoretically been a jungle drake, but if fire's coming out of it, it has to be a flame drake. But what you know about flame drakes is that they use fire.
It hurts.
Not much more than that. Tavian, you yourself, you recognize that this is a flame drake as well. But what you find odd about the picture, also I should note, you do know that flame drakes are weak to cold.
Interesting. I can't know anything about that. Fascinating.
Using fire probably won't be effective against them. You're not certain though. You do know from this picture the scale is odd. You see, like, whoever drew this drew like the trees in a very like small manner, and then like thinking back to when you saw it, you didn't really. You remember when you saw it way back when going to Hargukulas?
Yes.
The way it like curled on top of the mountain did not look the size that you thought drakes did. You generally did think it was a dragon when you saw it at that distance. So, if this is a drake, it's an old one. Like this is not like gonna be like just
Andrew,
your run of the mill drake.
It's a tempered drake.
It's tempered. Yes, we can get Ardian weapons.
So what you're saying is this would be a really, really bad idea.
What is?
This sounds like it would be a bad idea.
Not so much. Honestly, at the level you're at, theoretically, you could take a drake on easy. So an enormous a drake of this size would be tough. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm simply saying you're like beforehand, you're not letting your guard down when you hear drake. You're not being like, Drake, from what I know about drakes, they're just fake dragons. We got this.
Okay.
Tell you what. I will do you a favor here. Out of game. For reference, if a dragon, if to give you like a frame of reference from what you know about like the power level difference, if a dragon is CR 12, a drake is CR 5. So
okay,
but at the same time, looking at this tempered drake, you know it's not going to be as easy as CR 5. You doubt it's going to be at the level of dragon, but that's all. That's how I'm trying to like frame and reference it for your like what you know of their threat level.
Okay. Okay.
And the eels are eels.
Yeah.
Double
very, very important. Okay. All right then. All right. I'm gonna get Alma and say, do you have anything that does cold?
No, but I do know someone that might have something that does cold.
Would it be will it be arcane by any chance?
Yeah, it's Octavia.
Okay, good. We need to go find and get some cold spells from her.
I think it's just gonna be that cantrip. I don't know.
Wait, weren't you able to do cold damage last time?
I don't have any cold
misremembering
damage.
something? No, doesn't Tavian have a way to change his damage types?
No. You're thinking of wait, there's a talisman that does that. Sorry, you're thinking of a
talisman maker. We're currently at the funeral of your talisman maker.
Yes. Like there was a talisman or something that did that I was talking about. That I wanted the talisman. I don't personally have any way of changing my spell damage type.
Got it.
Or that's the thing that sorcerers over in 5e are just able to do for some reason.
So are you asking Octavia if she has a cold spell?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so when you ask Octavia about the cold spell, she'll say, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I haven't really had a chance to like pick up on new spells. I was planning to, but looking through my spell book," she like flitters through it. No, I don't have anything along those lines. Unless you need, like, glancing through. I've got shared invisibility and large.
I already have shared invisibility. Enlarge would be nice, though.
Yeah, but and also I'm more than happy to share, as long as you also catch me up to speed.
Oh yeah, I have some really nice spells.
I feel like I'm catching up on all the episodes of a show that I've missed. Binging.
Binge studying.
Binge study.
In that case, Gongar would be your second option for cold spells. Oh, sorry, arcane spells.
Hell do you think I know cold spells for?
I don't know, you just seem like a chill guy.
Ray of Frost. He's gonna cast Ray of Frost on you.
You deserve that. Horrible fucking pun.
But I was right!
Alright, it misses. It goes over your shoulder. Rakongar! That's for chilling beers only! I'm so sorry. She's gonna run over and, like, slap him in the face.
Oh no, wait, I might need that. Will you teach me Rakongar?
Wait, what, you can slap him?
No, the spell.
Teach you what?
Ray of Frost.
You mean the beer freezing spell?
Yeah.
It's a cantrip, it's not a spell.
Okay. So is that a yes?
Fuck no. And like as he's saying it, Octavia grabs his ear. Oh, yes! Oh, my ear! Oh!
Thank you, Rakongar.
Oh, don't pull it so hard, it's not gonna come off! Okay, then, you still need to pay the cost.
Wishing you took the raw gear trait.
If you want to learn Ray of Frost, it's still a cantrip at the end of the day, right? So
yeah.
And you are in town, so it's not like you gotta like get the resources hard. Yeah. So do you want to just? I feel like you can't even fail the DC, can you?
I don't think so. Here, I'll just roll anyway.
Oh my God, you almost failed the DC. It's DC 15, and you were one away.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that's a critical success because of the feat that I have. So.
Oh shit! Well, what do you got on crit success, Ken?
It just costs half the amount.
Okay, 1 gold piece then, and then this takes an hour, so
yeah, I'll get one as well.
Go for it. Yep. 2 gold pieces, but you both copied the spell down.
Alright, Ray of Frost.
Remind me, Tabian, you how do you can also use a spellbook?
Yep.
Yeah,
I got
just never noticed.
Yeah, I got that feat of like arcane. What is it? Arcane evolution.
Hell yeah.
Is this Ray of Frost the? Because I believe they updated it, right?
To be we talked about this. If there's an update that changes,
it's still Ray of Frost.
Saves versus targets, you can pick the target one. This one says target, so that's all that matters.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's also Frostbite, which is garbage.
Okay. With that, I guess for like the Manticore, you guys don't really have an idea where to go. And for the eels, you do know where to go. It's Lake Silverstep.
Those are in 2 different directions, though.
Yep. So I assume you guys are going for the Drake, though.
Yeah.
I kind of want to deal with the mushroom thing on the way back, maybe.
Oh, you could also deal with the mushroom thing.
Carter, you want to just bring all the like mages and then just fireball the ever living shit out of it?
Yeah, we just show up to the Drake and like, you may have fireball, or sorry, you may have fire resistance. We have action economy.
No, I was talking about the fungus. The fungus, remember?
Oh yeah. That also works.
Hey, wait a minute.
Speaking of Drake,
that's a higher.
What do we do?
That sounds like a higher adventurous action that you're trying to do.
What do our melee characters do if the Drake just flies?
I imagine you would go up to it. From what Tavian knows of dragons, they're not exactly. They're pretty prideful. It should fight you if you like fuck with it.
The issue isn't its fighting. Right. The issue is just being like 10 feet above us and we can't hit it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Do we have nothing for the melees then? For the marshals?
Can you
Ellis?
I
mean,
doesn't matter to me. I don't really think.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do if it flies away, but I'll figure something out, I guess.
It has to get close enough to hit you if it's hitting you normally, but I guess the issue is that you just...
He'll have a 10-foot attack for sure, minimum.
Skeleton Divine Death Ray.
Well, if it's a 10-foot attack, I've got the spear that I can use, but...
I mean, I have an effective health of 200, so I don't think it'll one-shot me. I think we should be good. I don't know.
I just don't want us to go to a fight and then Andrew and Michael are just doing nothing because they can't hit the monster. That's all I'm saying.
Well, my job is not to hit the monster. My job is to get hit by the monster.
I'm the tank, yeah.
Y'all are talking about fucking Monster Hunter. I can't wait for it to be light bow gunner versus like axe swordsman, where you're just on your horse shooting it from a distance while Queek is like trying to chase it.
It's like that short I saw by this creator. I think his name is Akula Matata.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Akula Matata. Watch his videos. Don't watch this video though. Dislike this video. I don't know how you even got here. What the fuck?
How did you get here? Let me know in the comments down below.
Just zooms in on what you call it, Queek, just going ham with an axe.
Yeah.
We all know Queek is a Switch Axe, man.
Switch Axe.
Okay, Is this the second session without comment in a row? I'm getting stir crazy. Do we want to end it with you guys deciding and going somewhere, or do we want to decide next time?
We can end it with us deciding to go somewhere, I guess.
Okay, we will have a kingdom turn this week, which will be I guess the following week, or yeah, I guess it would be the following week to this, or maybe the following week for sure. That doesn't make any sense to have the following month. Like you guys take a 1 month break, then go hunt the Drake. That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, I just realized. The first sentence for Magical Shorthand. I don't know why I didn't read this. Or the second one. When you succeed at learning a spell, it takes 10 minutes regardless of the spell's rank. Excuse me?
Yeah, that's fair.
Damn. Write that shit down fast.
I don't see a problem if you don't.
Regardless of rank,
then the we'll end the session with the party looking through the wanted posters and picking their favorite monster hunt and making sure they have everything prepared. Do you guys have any? Actually, speaking of plans, do you guys have any plans for the eels?
We don't know necessarily where the eels are, correct?
You've been at Lake Silverstack. I even described the eels actually the first time you guys went there. One of you wanted to go fishing, and the other one of you was like, "Wait, I don't like this." This is
Wait, didn't we kill some of the eels already?
We tried the tasselworms later.
No, I'm not talking about fucking tasselworms.
No, I know. I'm saying that was somewhere else. Yeah.
When you went to Lake Silverstep, you saw there was a lot of fish, like a lot. It was plentiful. It was really odd that nobody was fishing here, despite how peaceful it looked. And you left, which was correct, because you were 5th level. But
are we still 5th level?
No, we're 6th.
No.
Oh shit.
Wait, you leveled your character up.
Dyslexic moment. Sorry.
Fair enough. There is, and then the manticores. Does the party know anything about manticores?
Nope.
Are they in Numeria?
I can't actually think of a reason why I would.
I can learn about manticores by using the spell Timely
Akashic Records. Oh.
Which does go to the Akashic Records.
Then go ahead and make that check with Nahas.
Your familiar adds a spellcasting modifier on checks to your recall knowledge. I'll just roll recall knowledge and you can add whatever. I'm just select my character. Hold on.
Are manticores considered chimeras?
Is that a joke?
No, I just wanted an excuse to post the Full Metal Alchemist dog.
I'm gonna. So you're banned.
You're banned.
Yeah. You're banned from Dead by Daylight.
Oh no.
Damn.
Can I do recall knowledge while selecting the house?
Wait, sorry. Was that your check? Did you already make the check? Or you did.
Yeah, and then I don't know. If you cast a spell,
you're trained in it.
Spellcasting ability modifier on checks to recall knowledge.
Spellcasting ability modifier. What's your spellcasting ability modifier? The plus 12.
The ability modifier, plus 12.
Okay. So,
seeing if it was different on
if that's the case,
did I do a recall knowledge check to see if, Rock talked about it at any point in time?
Sure.
Okay, what would you like? Survival, nature.
Oh yeah. Also, just as freebie, if Ragongar wants to learn any spells, or Octavia from me, you can just drag and drop it into them if you want, whatever.
Got it. Then I will make sure to grab the ones they'd be interested in. Pine, you remember Rock mentioning that they have poison, of which comes out of their spines. Other than that, he didn't really mention anything about weaknesses and such. He did mention that they can fly. So, watch out for that,
Ouch.
I guess.
Flying poison enemies?
Okay, we're going for the wings.
Alma, from your perspective, you know that they have wings and a tail, which means you also are aware that from like what the information Haas is giving you, that they are able to shoot the spikes on their tails. But what kind of annoys you is that most wanted pictures have pictures of the creatures on them. This one just had pictures of the spines, which implies two things. One, that the person who wants these, the way they described it, they wanted enough like from two manticores. You believe manticores tend to have mates, so that shouldn't be an issue. But judging by the fact that no one was able to like draw a picture of it, you don't know if there's any manticore nest around. So there's a good chance if you run into a manticore, it's not going to be on your terms.
Oh, fuck's sake. Well, I mean, that's kind of how a lot of the encounters have been, to be fair.
Yeah, but in the case, you guys are going to the Drake. You running into the manticore will be bad or good timing, depending on how you about it.
Yeah.
Back to camping activities, I will say.
Let's go. Are we taking any NPCs with us?
Depends on who can make it next session. If everyone can make it,
we could get the kingdom turn knocked out now.
Right now? Nah.
No.
Everyone's
Some
tired.
of it. Okay.
We can discuss that a little bit.
Monday.
Which, by the way,
Yeah, what's up?
I could use some feedback as far as what else to add to this new iteration of the...
To the flag? Let me see. Oh! When I look at this picture, it kind of looks like a guy like looking down at me.
Also,
Which isn't bad. I don't dislike it.
Also, yeah, I don't want to do it right now, but I'll probably talk to you tomorrow about
Like it.
Talking with some of the other NPCs around here, because I did want to talk with them, but I also didn't want to take up too much time.
Sure, we never even got to have the conversation with the Sword Lords.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that as well. Besides that, the next session, like, will really get into the... Well, not really, because we'll be hunting and doing the event. I'll tell you about what it entails during the actual Kingdom turn. But it's good. It's not like a bad thing. Besides that, for reference, Chapter 5, the official name is Season of Bloom. So, stay tuned.
Season of Bloom, but it's winter.
It's a beautiful day outside.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Good night, fellas. Don't forget to use... Well, actually, I think it is better that you don't use hero points outside of combat most of the time. Then again, a lot of the roles are private today.
We don't typically get a chance outside of combat because you want most of our roles to be private.
That's true. I don't want them. They are.
I feel like Cam would
I'll
say
try to
something
work
if
on
it
that.
was like really bad. Where it's like, ugh, damn.
I mean, like, some of them, like diplomacy, like, you kind of know you're doing badly.
The DCs are going up. There's going to be like days where you guys will be like, oh, 25, let's go. And I'm like, that's a fail. And you're like, what? We're not even in combat. And I'm like, I know, the DC is up, man. The lore check on this fucking Manticore, it's 28.
Holy shit.
Dead ass?
No, not dead ass. It was 20.
Oh.
But Camaros were 28.